Again, a big day of basketball coming up here with the qualifiers landing here at Mayville State. And the first one will be the Jaguars and the Thompson Tommies. First foul shot is on the way and good for Jalen Martinson. Now, B.J. Walters is here. So, B.J., if you can help me out, the second one is Kindred and Carrington. Is that right? You've got an absolute war coming up on your hands in that one today. Second foul shot for Martinson is good. She has 14. And a drive to the basket and score +1 for Jess Mertens, as Mertens will score her 21st and is on the way to the foul line. The foul will go against Jessica Lofstrom, and Jessica Lofstrom will foul out for the day. And what a second half Jessica Lofstrom had. I don't think she realized that she had fouled out of the game, but Lofstrom with foul trouble all day long will come to the sideline with 13 points today. That includes 11 in the second half. I believe they're announcing that Jess Mertens just scored her 1,000th point in a collegiate uniform, and so the Mayville State crowd steps up and gives her a round of applause. What a career Jess Mertens had for the Devils Lake Firebirds. Started at UMC, came back to Mayville State, and led to this Mayville State University women's team being formidable nationally last couple of years in particular, and she's been a big part of that. Jimmie's into the front court after Mertens missed the foul shot. The lead is 18 at 85-67 with 1:20 left to go in the second half. We'll see Cordes double-teamed. Martinson will take a basketball. She'll be double-teamed. Back to Cordes and a travel. That is a somewhat unnecessary call at this point, but nonetheless, the Comets will inbound the basketball. Again, stay with us. David Burrell will be standing by to take over with Jimmie men's basketball coming up at the conclusion of this matchup. And what we'll be doing here is when David steps in after this one's over, as Mackenzie Hughes takes a three that's off the heel. Rebound deflected out of the perimeter. Hughes saves it in bounds, but right to Samantha Paulson. She'll leave one up the floor for Jaden Wiest, who will slow things down on the near side of the floor. We'll take a break after our brief wrap-up of this, and that will allow for David Burrell to connect and get ready from the Newman Center today, where he will have UJ men's play against Dakota State. So it'll be rather seamless. Paulson will pull the trigger for three for the Jimmies. That won't fall. 35 seconds to go as a held ball is ruled on the floor. The three-point shot was a big part of UJ's repertoire here in the second half. Not that they burned it up from out there. They were 12 of 34, but on the road, hitting 12 three-point shots. Can't argue with that. They're a 42% shooting team today. Mayville State shooting 37.5% for the day, and that's just not what you can do in a playoff game. Here's a three by Martinson that comes up short. Another offensive rebound, however, for Samantha Paulson. And the shot clock down to 15 seconds as the Jimmie crowd comes to their feet. Mayville State relaxing. They come out to front Cordes, and Cordes sets down the dribble as the count was on against her from the backside. There's 4 left on the shot clock, and Cordes will just take the shot clock violation with 2.7 seconds left. But this one's going to come to a conclusion today. Mayville State will inbound the basketball one last time, and the Jimmies are moving on. They will play next week in the NSAA championship game. They will either find their way up against Dakota State or Valley City State at Madison, South Dakota, or at home at the Newman Center as the Jimmies win today. Final score that we have for you this afternoon from the Louis Lee is Jamestown 85, Mayville State 67. Leading scorer today, Kate Cordes with 28 points. Pacing 3 Jimmies in double figures. Jalen Martinson added 14 off the bench today. Jessica Lofstrom with 13 off the bench today. Samantha Paulson and Hannah Hoggle each had 8 coming in for the Jimmies today. And Mayville State will be led by Jessica Mertens with 21 points and Mackenzie Hughes with 21 points. The Jimmies on to the conference final coming up on Tuesday. We'll take a break and we'll step aside. David Burrell will be with us next for Jimmie men's basketball, the Newman Center, as the Jimmies get ready to take on Dakota State. A break, and David Burrell takes over next. This has been Jimmie women's basketball on Jamestown 107.1.
Do you want to make sure homework time isn't spent on games and video streaming? Dakota Central can help. With Experience IQ, you set limits to ensure your kids aren't playing when they should be doing homework. With premium managed Wi-Fi from Dakota Central, you can create healthier internet habits for your children from the easy-to-use Command IQ app. Learn more about premium
Where do you find the friendliest staff, the largest selection, lowest prices, and the freshest produce? Hugo's in Jamestown. But if you can't wait to go to the store, Hugo's Family Marketplace offers online shopping. You can shop all the departments and all the sales at hugos.com. Once you're done shopping, choose pickup or Hugo's delivery service, and they'll do the in-store shopping for you. Hugo's Family Marketplace, online shopping at hugos.com.
You're gonna find more low prices, more great stuff when you go to Hugo's.
Are you dreaming of spring? Jamestown Country Club has been dreaming of it too, so get ready now with a Jamestown Country Club membership. The 18-hole championship course, bar, and restaurant will be waiting for you when the season opens. Sign up now for your membership and be prepared to hit the ground running or golfing as soon as spring arrives. Visit JamestownCountry.club or email jcc58401@gmail.com today. Buy now and be ready to play at Jamestown Country Club.
Here is your Egg Central forecast from meteorologist Mick Kerr as we move to our afternoon. Winds should be becoming calm, and we'll see that high temperature peaking out in the upper 20s sometime later on today. As we make our way towards tonight, clear skies remain. Low temperatures right around that 20-degree mark and warming up tomorrow. We'll see high temperatures on Sunday in the mid-40s with maybe a 50 in store for us on Monday. For more weather, log on to newsdakota.com.
Jamestown 107.1.
For University of Jamestown basketball, couldn't have asked for a better start to this big Saturday. Now the Jimmie men will try to join Jamestown's women in the North Star Championship round on Tuesday night, but they have an opponent who is going to be ready, and certainly the Dakota State Trojans were when they went to Mayville on Wednesday night, shot 55% and knocked off the Comets by a score of 86-75. Today, they have come to Harold Newman Arena. They gave the Jimmies one of their 4 North Star losses this season. Of course, Dickinson State gave them the other 3. Darren Tighe, an experienced head coach, has his team ready in the postseason. Casey Brueggemann, in his 27th game as a head coach, has his team ready too. We continue. Let's call this the RM Stout post-game for Jimmie women's action first. And welcome to Harold Newman Arena. I'm David Burrell. Thank you for joining us on Jamestown 107.1 on newsdakota.com and on the app and on Alexa and also on the Heritage Signal of I3G Media in Jamestown, 1400 AM. Much more about this game coming up, but let's recap a little more what just happened at Louis Lee Fieldhouse in Mayville. The Jimmies, what a job they did today. What a job they did rebounding. What a job they did defensively. They knock off Mayville State 85-67 in the semifinal round of the NSAA Women's Basketball Championship. And the Jimmies, well, it carried over. The terrific effort they had in the game in this building with their victory over Dickinson State 90-74 on Wednesday night. Well, it just carried over today. Kate Cordes, who scored 36 to establish a career high on Wednesday, 28 more today, 9 of 13, 4 of 6 threes, 6 of 6 of the line, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals. Jessica Lostrom did foul out, but had another good game off the bench with 13. And Jalen Martinson, how about this for Jalen? A career high, 14 points, 3 of 6 from the floor, 1 of 3 threes, 7 of 7 to the line, 6 rebounds. Martinson didn't want her Jimmie career to end today. It didn't. And Hannah Hoggle in foul trouble a lot of the game, still ended up with 8. Kate Busick had some foul trouble, had 5. Samantha Paulson, so solid today with 8 points and 9 rebounds. Mackenzie Hughes in her last game, probably as a Comet, with 21, but was held to 7 of 18 shooting, did have 9 boards. Jess Mertens, 5 of 14, 21 points for her, and they held Alex Page. This was, I think, the key for the Jimmies today on both ends of the ball. They held Alex Page to only 6 shots. She made 2. She did have 8 rebounds. But how about Jamestown out-rebounding Mayville with Page and, Hughes can rebound, and Mertens. Jamestown had a 15 rebound advantage today, 46-31 and 15-7 on the offensive glass. 42% shooting for Jamestown, 28 of 67, 12 of 35 on threes, and 17 of 17 at the foul line. There's a big reason how you win in March if you hit all your free throws. Mayville State held a 38% shooting overall, 21 of 56, 8 of 25 on threes, 17 of 24 at the foul line. Points in the paint even at 22, 12 points for each team off turnovers. Jamestown had 15 turnovers today, Mayville State 13. But the Jimmies did it. They move on to the championship game of the North Star on Tuesday night. And as Ryan just mentioned, if it's Dakota State, then the Jimmies would go to Madison. But if VCSU can pull off what would most consider a shocker, but as Ryan said, remember, they have already beaten Dakota State this year. Yeah, it was in Valley City, but yeah, they gave them a 1-point game the last time they were there. So we'll see. That game starts in a few minutes in Madison. So we're going to have the Jimmies on the air at some point, someplace for you on Tuesday evening. We now know with at least the Jimmie women and the Jimmie men hope to join them. Today it's the Dakota State Trojans as we begin our S&P Alt Ave Maria pregame show, and so glad to have you here with us. For Dakota State, their fourth time in the semifinals of the North Star in the last 5 years, and they've been road warriors. When they lost here last Saturday, 86-77, that broke a 3-game road winning streak. This team under Darren Tigers really turned it around late in the year. Pardon me, got to hit that button. But he really has the rotation that he wants now with Aiden Jensen's play in his first season as a Trojan. Came back home. We've told you the story when we've seen Dakota State play. Started him out Marty, and things just didn't work out for him there. So he came back home to Madison, where he started for Madison High School, and he's continued to improve and work his way into the starting lineup. Lane Teets, the freshman from Groton, an excellent shooter. Braden Pankanen, the sophomore from Del Rapids, South Dakota, has continued to improve as this season has moved along. And they're able to bring Coley Dillon back and the improving Lucas Morgan off the bench. So I'll say it again, like I said last Saturday, disregard the 4-11 regular season team and the record for this team in the North Star. This Dakota State team's a lot better than that. So the Jimmies have had a week to get ready. Of course, they've only known their opponents since Wednesday night. 16-10, their record. They finished at 11-4 in the league. And of course, Silas Benyon, who's a pretty good candidate to be at least the offensive player of the year in this league, averaging over 16 points a game. And of course, Anthony Walters off the bench with 14. The Jimmies know it's going to take the kind of defensive effort they had last Saturday. Bellevue, out of the tournament now. Had struggled at times this year, but in college basketball, you hold a team to 50 points, you're doing a job, and that's what the Jimmies did last Saturday. It was going to be vital for Jamestown today. Make sure and get on the glass, and make sure to try to limit a whole lot of good shots, because Wednesday night in Mayville, Dakota State, well, they shot well the whole game, 55%, but 59% in the second half because they just kept getting one good look after the other. So, the challenge is here today. The other men's semifinal starts in a little over an hour. That's out in Dickinson with VCSU and Dickinson State. VCSU coming off their win over Bellevue on Wednesday night. Of course, the Blue Hawks, the regular season champs, got the bye to the semifinal round today. What a day. And we're not done after this one, don't forget, because we have both Jamestown High School AA West Region play-in games later today here on Jamestown 107.1, starting at 3:45 from the Civic Center, with the Blue Jay girls hosting Minot North and the boys against St. Mary's. And remember, too, And our great thanks to Jamestown and Minot North and St. Mary's for helping make this happen. We're going to have live and archive video of that game, and you can find the link to it, both of those games. Find it at newsdakota.com. That's later. We have North Star men's semifinal basketball coming up on the S&P Alta Ave Maria pregame show. And next, you'll hear from Jimmie's head coach, Casey Brueggemann. But if you're in the neighborhood, come on over. Make this building full and loud. Jamestown, Dakota State, the NSAA men's semifinal on Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Jimmies.
Buffalo City Diesel Jamestown is your one-stop shop for experienced truck services. Their top-notch techs are trained in the latest technology and can identify and fix problems in your medium or heavy-duty diesel trucks and buses. Buffalo City Diesel also offers roadside assistance, trailer services, and truck parts. Call Buffalo City Diesel today at 701-253-2844. That's Buffalo City Diesel at 701-253-2844.
Need some custom screen printed t-shirts? Lots of t-shirts? You need originals.
Originals!
Or do you just need one shirt with your corporate logo for the new guy?
Originals!
Caps, jackets, U sizes, adult sizes, Blue Jay apparel, Jimmie apparel. You need originals. There you have it, folks. For custom printed apparel, embroidery, and work apparel, it's Originals. They can also do online stores for your sports team or business. 216 First Avenue, downtown Jamestown. Open 9 to 5 weekdays. Visit originals.com.
Jamestown 107.1.
And we're with head coach Casey Brueggemann. We talked briefly on Wednesday night, and the first thing you said to me was, I'm not surprised. And the first thing I said to you was, I'm not surprised either. This is a team that, well, they showed against you and they've showed against other teams lately what they can do. But when you shoot the ball like they did the other night, they're going to be a tough team to beat.
Absolutely, David. And before I talk about Dakota State, it's just, hey, we're in the office again. I think the last time we were in here was our preseason preview. And isn't it crazy how now we're here, playoff basketball, March 1st. What a great way to start the March Madness off with a home playoff game. So Dakota State played very well at Mayville State, executed all game long, shot the ball at a really high level, and their defense was really scrappy too. So we know how good they are. We just played them last Friday night, and it's one of those chess matches where we got them the first game here. They got us down there. We were able to come back and win that third game, and now we'll see who can be the tougher team here.
To shoot as well as they did, 55%, obviously you got to get the shots there, and they did. So what's the main thing for you from preventing them from getting such good looks like they had the other night?
We always try to keep the focus on us first and foremost. Just try to play as hard as we can. Try to really dig in and guard the ball. I think if you can play one-on-one defense, especially in the playoffs, and win those one-on-one matchups, that's a real key. And I think it's an energy thing. It's trying to dictate where the basketball is. They put a lot of pressure on you with the amount of action that they run. They have very good forwards that can shoot the ball and also post up. And then their guards are really quick and high-level shooters. So they're going to test us for sure. And I'm hoping that we can have a good edge defensively today.
All right. So, yes, I will talk about you and your defense. Whatever level of college basketball is, I don't care. You hold a team to 50 points. You have done something defensively. That's what you did in your last regular season game. What was the key to that, and how does that continue today?
Well, I guess I can talk a little bit different now that Bellevue's been eliminated, but they're a good team, and for whatever reason, we've just matched up well from a schematic standpoint, from a personnel standpoint against them. I think Dakota State's quite a bit different, but I loved our energy last weekend, and we're hoping that we can ride that momentum here in the playoffs.
It's a big day. It's going to be a good crowd here. We know how noisy this place can get when it's full. And as I said the other night, this is what you've worked since late last summer for, right?
Absolutely. And I think our program, we try to attack each day with intensity. So today is a fun day, but it's also another chance for us to get better, another chance for us to compete. I'm proud of our seniors for leading our way in earning a home playoff game here Saturday, Harold Newman Arena. Not a better place to be.
No, not at all. Good luck this afternoon. Thanks, Casey.
Thanks, David. Go Jimmies.
Coming up, starting lineups opening tip for you on the S&P Ave Maria pregame show. Jamestown and Dakota State in the North Star men's semifinal from Harold Newman Arena on Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Jimmies.
When you're working outdoors, unpredictability is the norm. Tackle your toughest jobs with the 2025 Honda Pioneer 700. This rugged side-by-side brings the power with reliable torque for towing and smooth shifting for the trails. Choose from 3 trims, Standard, Deluxe, or the True Timber Forest Edition. See the 2025 Honda Pioneer 700 at Gun and Reel Sports, downtown Jamestown. For your safety, read the owner's manual, wear a helmet, eye protection, close side nets and doors, and always wear seatbelts. Honda side-by-sides are for riders 16 and older.
Jamestown 107.1.
Casey Brueggemann kept talking a moment ago as we continue on the S&P Ave Marie pregame show about energy. There is a lot of it in this building today. Jamestown, Dakota State, the North Star Men's Basketball Championship semifinal round. Here are today's Pit Stop Express Lube starting lineups. For the Dakota State Trojans, their center, Aiden Jensen, 6'9" sophomore from Madison, South Dakota. The Mount Marty transfer, more playing time late in the year for Aiden. 7.6 points, 4.5 rebounds, a 52% shooter from the floor, 16 block shots. 4 guards, Tane Mitchell, 6'5" redshirt senior from Adelaide, Australia. The Mayville State transfer, 5.5 points, 5.8 rebounds per game. Tyler Beckwith, 6'5" freshman from Lakeville, Minnesota. 7 points, 3.4 points a game, a steady player. Braden Pankinen, the 5'9" sophomore from Del Rapids, South Dakota. 10.6 points and 3.1 boards per game. 67 made threes is among the best in the NSAA. In fact, it's second, and his 39% of 3 points made is 8th. And Lane Teets, the 5'11" freshman from Groton, South Dakota, 8th in the league at 11.3 points per game. 47 made threes are 8th. He's averaging 3 rebounds a game, and he's an 86% foul shooter. That's 4th best in the league, 5th in assists per game, 2.8. Darren Teig, the Minnesota State alum, the head coach of the Trojans, in his 2nd season in Madison. Now 29 wins, 29 losses. His 10th season overall as a head coach. 3 NSAA tourney titles at Mayville State. And NAIA tournament appearances, too, of course, from 17 to 22. 169 and 105 overall as a head coach. Dalton Kleinschmidt is his assistant. Damian Luna and Jacob Strand are the graduate assistants, and Greg Collar is the volunteer assistant. For the Jamestown Jimmies, the forwards, Owen Heckner, the 6'8", 215-pound junior from Fargo Davies, the MSU Moorhead transfer, 10.9 points, and his plays continue to be so good, especially later in this season. 3.9 rebounds, 40% on threes, a 55 number now for him in three-pointers made this season. That's 4th in the league. His three-point percentage 7th in the league, and 78% of the line is 10. Jimmie Linus, the 6'8", 210-pound, 50-year senior from Port St. Lucie, Florida. The St. Xavier University transfer, 11 points, 8.3 rebounds per game. That, of course, is number 1 in the league. He's tied for 9th in the league in points per game. 66% field goal shooting, leads the league and is 14th in the country. 29 block shots, is 3rd in the league. Cole Glasgow, 6'2", 200-pound redshirt sophomore guard from Grimes, Iowa. 5.8 points, 3.6 rebounds a game, and in the top 10 in the league in steals. Silas Benyon, the leading scorer in the Jimmies, 6'1", 186-pound senior from Eugene, Oregon. The Lewis Clark State College transfer, 16.4 points, leading the Jimmies in scoring and 2nd in the NSAA. 3.8 rebounds, 47% shooter from the floor. He's made 46 threes. He's a 74% foul shooter. That's 7th in the league. Leads the league in assists per game at 3.5. 4th in steals at 1.5. And Will Cordes, the 5'11", 180-pound senior from Shakopee, Minnesota, in his 149th game, his 141st start as a Jimmie, his 124th in a row. 6.7 points, 2.5 rebounds per game, and tops in the league in foul shooting, 91%. Doesn't have enough to qualify among the national leaders, but He just doesn't miss much. 2.5 assists a game is 8 in the league. And of course, the second leading scorer, Anthony Walters, off the bench along with Carson Woodford and Spencer Barr. Casey Brugum in this first season is Jimmie's head coach. Taft Dack, the assistant. Carter Jansen, or as we who are his friends call him, Chuck, is the graduate assistant. Andrew Consemi is the student assistant. Ryder Weishadel, the strength and conditioning coach. Nolan Love's the trainer. Jamestown's in orange today. Black numerals and letters and white trim. Jimmie's in script above the number on the front of those uniforms. And Dakota State in their royal blue with deep navy blue numerals and letters in white trim. DSU in block print above the number on the front. For the winner, it's a spot in the North Star Championship game on Tuesday night. Well, the Jimmie women have already done it today. In case you're just joining us, an 85-67 win for Thad Sankey's team at Mayville State today advances them to Tuesday night's final. Can the Jimmie men make it too? We'll find out next here on Jamestown 107.1. That's our S&P Alpha Ave Maria pregame show, and this is the voice of the Jimmies.
Do you want to make sure homework time isn't spent on games and video streaming? Dakota Central can help. With Experience IQ, you set limits to ensure your kids aren't playing when they should be doing homework. With premium managed Wi-Fi from Dakota Central, you can create healthier internet habits for your children from the easy-to-use Command IQ app. Learn more about premium Wi-Fi and Experience IQ today at www.dakotacentral.com.
Two Rivers Activity Center in Jamestown is hiring. Do you like interacting with people? Do you enjoy a fun, upbeat atmosphere and a clean workspace? If so, the perfect opportunity awaits you at Track. They're currently hiring for a variety of part-time positions for lifeguard and guest service and wellness attendants. They'll work with your existing schedule, whether you already have another job or are a college student. Check out trackjamestown.com to learn more about these positions and how to apply today.
Where do you find the friendliest staff, the largest selection, lowest prices, and the freshest produce? Hugo's in Jamestown. But if you can't wait to go to the store, Hugo's Family Marketplace offers online shopping. You can shop all the departments and all the sales at hugos.com. Once you're done shopping, choose pickup or Hugo's delivery service, and they'll do the in-store shopping for you. Hugo's Family Marketplace. Online shopping at hugos.com.
You're gonna find more low prices, more great stuff when you go to Hugo's.
Are you dreaming of spring? Jamestown Country Club has been dreaming of it too, so get ready now with a Jamestown Country Club membership. The 18-hole championship course, bar, and restaurant will be waiting for you when the season opens. Sign up now for your membership and be prepared to hit the ground running or golfing as soon as spring arrives. Visit JamestownCountry.club or email jcc58401@gmail.com today. Buy now and be ready to play at Jamestown Country Club.
When it comes to surgery, you need the right team and the right technology. Good news, that's right here at JRMC. Joint replacement, Achilles repair, tubes and tonsils, urological procedures, specialized women's care, and more. No long drives, no waiting lists, just legendary care. That specialist you once traveled to Fargo for? They might be working at JRMC now. Check it out at jrmcnd.com. The growing choice for expert surgery. It's right here at JRMC.
Your home for UJ Jimmie. AM 1400 KQDJ Jamestown and 107.1 K296 HH Jamestown.
Today, the calendar turned to March. If you are a basketball fan, I don't think I have to tell you what it means to be playing college basketball in March, do I? It's just, there's a little bit more anticipation. There's a lot more excitement. And talking to players, coaches on this team, yeah, they're pumped up. There's a little bit of nervous energy too, but that's to be anticipated. But let me tell you, while the Jimmie women's game and their win at Mayville was finishing up, there was extra time that Dakota State used on the floor. And you talk, and Casey Brugman again used the word energy. This team has a whole lot of energy. They know that a lot of people have underestimated them, and they know how good they are. And believe me, the Jimmies know how good this team is and more than capable of advancing to Tuesday night and the championship game of the last North Star Men's Basketball Championship. Dakota State's just been introduced. The Jimmies are now, as the house lights are dimmed and the spotlight is on Benyon and Glasgow and Linus and Heckner and Cordes as they are introduced. As Mark McKenzie introduces them. Just to remind you, this is only the second of 4 games we have for you today here on 107.1. We'll dash over to the Civic Center after this one finishes and bring you the Jamestown Blue Jays in the AA West Region play-in games beginning at around 3:45. With the Blue Jay girls hosting Minot North and the Blue Jay boys hosting St. Mary's as both teams try to advance to the quarterfinals in Bismarck on Thursday. We'll also have live and archive video of both of those games. The links right now at newsdakota.com. But remember, you can watch this game at the official Jimmie Athletics YouTube channel. Dakota State, as you watch in blue, at the bucket to your right in the first half. Jamestown in orange at the bucket to your left. Lane Teets, Braden Pankanen, Tyler Beckwith, Tane Mitchell, Aiden Jensen for Dakota State, Silas Benyon, Cole Glasgow, Jimmie Linus, Owen Heckner, and Will Cordes. For Jamestown, the Jimmies in one more huddle around head coach Casey Brueggemann, who you may have been able to tell has been fighting a little bit with a cold this week. I think it finally got around to him what most of the rest of us have had lately. But he's ready. His team is ready. We hope you're ready, and we hope you enjoy the action. Our opening tip is brought to you by RM Stout, your Ford, Dodge, and Jeep dealer in Jamestown. It's Aiden Jensen, 2 jump center against Jimmie Linus. We hope you enjoy the action for this semi-final game. And it's Linus tipping it back to Will Cordes, and we're underway on this Saturday afternoon. Cordes took a return from Owen Heckner. He's on the right wing on the angle. Into the right corner for Heckner to Linus. Left corner for Glasgow. Kick out for Benyon. Lift down the right side for Cordes. Still 13 to shoot. Left for Benyon. Double team on him. Bounce on the baseline to Cordes. Now he's caught off in the double team. To Benyon in the right corner. 5 on the shot clock. Cordes for Glasgow. Open left wing. Good! Cole Glasgow. That's how you start. A whole lot of ball movement. DSU tried to trap, but the Jimmies have the first points. 3-0 they lead on the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard. Aiden Jensen on a high post, and he starts the offense there a lot for this team. To Tane Mitchell, right wing on the angle. Trying to hand it to Beckwith. Now must find Jensen up top. Down to 7 on the Trojan shot clock. Lane Teets first touch. Pass inside. Jamestown couldn't quite knock it away. They did knock it away, couldn't retain it. It is out of bounds, but Dakota State with it only has 4 on the shot clock. And they'll inbound left baseline with Lane Teets. So they've got to move fast here. Teets with a bounce to Jensen left of the lane. Aiden driving on Heckner, lays it in. Good move. Well, that's how they had it set off out the inbound. Knew they had to work quickly and did. And it's 3-2 Jamestown, just over a minute in. Cordes on right wing to Silas Benyon. Cross court left wing, Glasgow. Dump down low. Linus, two-hand Jimmie jam. Glasgow didn't take the shot that time. Found a coming Linus for his first 2 today, and it's 5-2 Jamestown. They're up 3 again. Teets on the other end with a drive. Caught it with a foul as he was held. Lane Teets has his first 2. The freshman. And draws the holding foul on Owen Heckner. And Teets, an 86% foul shooter. Very good, as we told you. 47-55 will try to tie it. Anthony Walters enters. 6'3 junior, Rosedale, New York. 14.2 points, 2.8 rebounds a game. The transfer from Queensboro Community College in his hometown and Frank Phillips College. Teets will try to tie it at the line for Dakota State. It is rimming out. And rebounded by Jimmie Linus to Cordes for Jamestown. On the right wing of the front court to Cy Benyon. Lob for Linus, right foul line extended. Jensen there, not quite on him, backed off a little bit at the moment. Hand back to Heckner. He shoots from 13 off the back rim. Rebound brought in by Beckwith. Dakota State looks for the lead. Left wing, it's Tane Mitchell. 4 Lane Teets. Walters, now it's Benyon on a switch guarding him. Left wing on the angle, it's Mitchell. Once the screen has it from Aiden Jensen, now hands to Braden Pankanen. Entry right of the lane, Mitchell with Cordes all over him. drives to the baseline. Linus helps defensively. Kick out to Teets, 5 on the timer. Little clear off. They didn't call it 3-2. Got to get a shot away. Pankin in desperation. 3. Pankin in at the shot clock buzzer. He released it from about his hip, and it went in. And Dakota State has their first lead at 7-5. His 23rd 3 of the year. They all count, don't they? Walters for Cordes. Mid-left wing, it's Owen Heckner. Drives to the left lane line. Drives right in. Can't hit it over Jensen. Offensive board. Linus, a lot of contact. Nothing called. He missed it, and it's rebounded by Tane Mitchell. Down floor for a left wing 3 for Beckwith off the right rim. Tyler couldn't hit it. Will Cordes the Jamestown rebound. As the Jimmies are in the front court with a jumper. That is good. By Silas Benyon in the old circle for his first 2 today. 7-all, the first tie. Just over 3 minutes into the Gun Real Sports scoreboard. Aiden Jensen on high post. Left wing for Lane Teets with Benyon guarding him. Now uses a screen by Jensen. Passes back to Aiden, who's on the left wing on the angle. Between the rings now for Tane Mitchell. Aiden the shot clock again. Mitchell down low, past Linus. Left it for Jensen. Half hook on the lane's good. And Dakota State is now 4 out of 5 from the floor and leads again at 9-7. Jamestown early on, 3 of 6. Linus is now into the front court, takes the pass from Benyon. Jimmie is in the lane. On Jensen, hits a half hook from 6 feet. 2 buckets for Linus, tied again for the second time at 9 at 16:08 first half. Tyler Beckwith using a screen here by Mitchell. Now to Mitchell to the right wing for Braden Pankinen. Kick out for Jensen. Remember, he can shoot 3s, but he drives to the left elbow. Left it for Beckwith. Lob for Jensen. Double team Walters and Linus both there. Left wing Teets 3-5 on the timer. Off the glass. Good D. Long rebound. Will Cordes 1-on-4. So Will backs it out and leaves it for Heckner. To Anthony Walters for a straightaway 3. It's off the left rim. Rebound Beckwith. Dakota State getting back well defensively there to prevent the transition bucket. Teets left wing on the angle. Left baseline, Tane Mitchell. Over Linus, scoops, puts it in. Tough shot there with good D played by Linus. And again, it's Dakota State by 2 at 11-9 at 15-17 in the first half. Benyon left wing to Anthony Walters for the Jimmies in this semifinal game. Kick out, Benyon, left corner, Cordes. Open 3, it's off the rim. Benyon tried to tip the rebound and did, but it came to Lane Teets and Dakota State. For a cutting baseline move. Wild shot, still nearly went in for Beckwith, and on a contact, again let go, and Walters rebounded for Jamestown. To Benyon, right wing on the angle. Linus and Heckner back in the front court. Passes to Owen Heckner in the right corner. Guarded by Teets, now to Linus in the old circle. Jimmie, slow left-hand dribble. Left corner, open 3. Walters is off the front rim. Rebound tipped into Dakota State, Braden Pankinen. Into the right corner, open for a 3. Tyler Beckwith off the right rim. But Jensen has the offensive board in the middle of a double team. Out for Teets for a 3. Left side, banked it in. Teets' 48-3 uses the window, and now it's Dakota State by 5. 14-9, 14-14 in the first half. And that's the score with a Hillerud construction timeout for Jamestown as Dakota State shooting well again to start this game. They're 5 of 8. 14-19 first half. Dakota State 14, Jamestown 9 on Jamestown 107.1, and this is the voice of the Jimmies.
Johnny B's Brickhouse, famous for their pizza, but wait, there's pasta, and their amazing wings, and fresh ground hamburgers, tasty salads and appetizers too. And for dessert, you can't beat their sweet sticks. Come on out for Tuesday night trivia and live entertainment every Thursday night. The place to be is Johnny B's, smack dab in the middle of Main Street, downtown Jamestown. And remember, for delivery and carryout, call 952-8777.
Jamestown 107.1.
Well, Dakota State patient on offense, I should say 6 for 10 as they start shooting. And their patient offense paid off for them in the win in Mayville State on Wednesday night. Spencer Barrs coming to the game for Jamestown. Has it on the left wing. Carson Woodford's also in it. Has it on a high post. Hand back for Will Cordes. Glasgow and Walters, the other Jimmie's on the floor. Pass down low for a cutting Walters is good. Great feed by Woodford. And Ant has his first two, cutting the Dakota State lead to 14-11. 13:49 first half. Lucas Morgan has entered for Dakota State. So is Isaac Sumption. So is Calvin Payne. And Payne has it up top for Morgan. Hand back to Braden Pankanen. Wants a screen. Kobe Dillenbeck is also in for the Trojans. Left wing long three is short by Pankanen. Payne couldn't save it. It's out of bounds. Payne, senior from Melbourne, Australia, 6'5", Grossmont College transfer, 2.1 points a game. Isaac Sumptions from Frederick, South Dakota, 5'11", senior, Presentation College transfer, 3.9 points a game. Dillenbeck, 6'6", senior from Dallas, Texas, Mayville State transfer, 10.3 points a game. He started earlier in the year. It is Woodford for Jamestown in the lane with a runner, and he hits from 12 feet. Carson's first two, 14-13 Dakota State. Lucas Morgan also for Dakota State, 6'7", freshman, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, 6.2 points and 3.6 rebounds a game. It is Sumption in the old circle. With a bounce, it's Dillenbeck down low. Right past Woodford, but couldn't hit the shot. And Carson, the junior from Redwood Falls, Minnesota, 3.9 points, 4.1 rebounds a game, has the board. Glasgow up top for Jamestown with a hand to Will Cordes. Right baseline, Carson Woodford. Jimmie's look to regain the lead for a cutting Walters. Layup good. Again, it is Woodford finding Walters. That combination's worked twice, and Jamestown's back in the lead. 15-14, 12-34 first half on the Gunner Real Sports scoreboard. Pankanen for Dakota State. Left lane line. Oh, great bounce pass. And Dillenbeck the lay-in. That was right between the legs of Woodford for Dillenbeck's first two, 16-15 Dakota State. Glasgow for Cordes up top. Right wing. It's Cole again for a Walters 15-foot jumper. Good. And Ant is now 3 of 5 shooting. 17-16. Jamestown's back in front with a fourth lead change. 12:03 first half for Dakota State. Isaac Sumption with a hand now to Lucas Morgan, but contact and a Jamestown foul on Carson Woodford. His first and the second team foul on the Jimmies. Risley Borman is now entered for Dakota State. 6'2" freshman from Pipestone, Minnesota. 3.8 points, 1.3 rebounds against. Silas Benyon's back in for Jamestown. Left corner, it's Borman, handy to Colby Dillenbeck. Out for Borman, he wants a three. It's off the back rim, but a long rebound for Lucas Morgan, a lane on the offensive board, and then he traveled. For the first turnover on either team in this game. Spencer Barr has been in for a moment for Jamestown. 5'11" sophomore from Aberdeen, South Dakota. 3.8 points a game, 22 made threes. He has it now, right wing on the angle. Jamestown by one at 17-16, 11:40 in the half. Benyon with a Woodford screen. Down the right lane line comes Sy. Guarded well to Glasgow, to Barr, to Walters on the left side. Woodford to the left elbow in the wing. Carson with 11 on the shot clock. Starts a dribble, tries to back down on Dillenbeck. Over him, half hook, turnaround, didn't go. Good D by Dillenbeck, and then he gained the rebound. Down floor to Lane Teach, right wing on the angle for Dillenbeck. Right side again, this is Borman. Entry pass to Dillenbeck from Morgan. Drives in, lays it in. Dillenbeck with 2 buckets, and it's Dakota State back in front with the 5th lead change already. 18-17, 9 minutes into the first half. Spencer Barr, right wing for Cy Benyon for the Jimmies. To Woodford, into the right corner. Here comes a three. Good! Barr has number 23. Great setup there, and Barr was open. And a Hillerud Construction timeout called by Dakota State. 10:50 in the first half. This game's off to a great start. Jamestown 20, Dakota State 18 in the NSAA men's semifinal. On Jamestown 107.1, this is the voice of the Jimmies.
What would you do with a second chance? At Essentia Health, we understand the significance of second chances. Our heart specialists see them every day. That's why regular checkups and heart screenings are vital, even if you feel fine, and especially when you have a family history. Essentia Health is the right place for early detection, advanced treatments, comprehensive cardiac rehab, or second chances. At Essentia Health, we work hard to keep your heart strong for what's next.
Jamestown 107.1.
Both teams shooting well. Dakota State 8 of 15, 53%. Jamestown 9 of 16, that's 56%. And the lead, for the moment, belongs to Jamestown. 20-18, 10:40 in the half. Dakota State basketball all the way to Rip Teets. Reverse layup good. Teets with 7, and the young man, the freshman, great shooter and showed his speed there, and it's tied for the third time at 20. Barr on the right wing for Jamestown, up top to Binion. Straight away, long three, halfway down and out. Glasgow tried to gain the rebound, couldn't. Oh, what a tip from Heckner to Barr, and then it's knocked out of bounds by Teets. What a play by Heckner to keep that in Jamestown's hands. Tane Mitchell returns for Lucas Morgan for Dakota State. Spencer Barr, Silas Binion, Jimmie Linus back in. Owen Heckner and Cole Glasgow are the Jamestown 5 on the floor. Lane Teets, Braden Pankinen, Tyler Beckwith, Tane Mitchell, and Aiden Jensen, their starting 5, are back on the floor for the Trojans. Linus inside for Binion with a drive off glass and rim and didn't go. 2 defenders on it. Mitchell the rebound, down floor for Pankinen, trying to drive inside, knocking the ball away as Heckner into the floor is Barr, but he couldn't hold it. Comes to Teets, right wing up top, Mitchell. Now Jensen with a drive on Binion. Got the mismatch they wanted there and drew a foul. Yep. Recognition there by Aiden Jensen to see Silas Binion guarding him. Binion's first, team foul number 3, and another Hillerud Construction timeout by head coach Casey Brueggemann, because I think he noticed what I noticed too. You don't want those defensive mismatches to happen very much in a game like this. 6 seconds past the midway mark of the first half. This is not a Jamestown timeout. It's a scheduled timeout, but it is a timeout, and it's 20-20 in this NSAA men's semifinal in Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Jimmies.
RM Stout Incorporated is proud to sponsor this broadcast of Jimmie's Athletics. We are cheering in the stands right along with you, and we've got the perfect vehicle to get you to every UJ event. Get behind the wheel of a new 2025 Ford F-150 or Ram 1500 and experience peak performance and 4x4 reliability. Need extra rows of seating? Huge stock of new and pre-owned options available now. Don't wait. Get the best trade-in price, unbeatable interest, and the best value since 1941 only at RM Stout Jamestown. Go Jimmies!
Jamestown 107.1.
The other men's semifinal yet to begin. It will in about 40 minutes or so out in Dickinson, with Dickinson State's Blue Hawks, the top seed, hosting VCSU. And in the second women's semifinal in Madison, South Dakota, Dakota State is leading VCSU 23-18. 8.5 minutes left in the first half for the winner. It's the Jamestown Jimmies on Tuesday night, because the Jimmies, in case you're just joining us, were winners today at Mayville State, 85-67. Aiden Jensen has struggled at the line, only 49%, and he misses the first of 2 long here. Will Cordes will return for Jamestown as Spencer Barr comes out. Jensen will try again for his 5th point. He's good. And with the 6th lead change, it is Dakota State back in front, 21-20, 9:49 on the first half on the Gunner Real Sports scoreboard. Owen Heckner, right wing for Jamestown. It's Binion on the right baseline. Linus kick it out to side Binion again. Jensen guarding him, trying to move past him. Left corner, a 3 is good. Heckner out front of the wing. Owens 56. Jamestown leads again, 23-21. 9:27 first half. We've had 7 lead changes already in the first 10.5 minutes. Aiden Jensen for Lane Teets for Dakota State. Now a Jensen screen, so Teets shoots a 3 over it, misses. Linus with the rebound. There's Jimmie's 4th already today. For Binion in the front court. Has that left hamstring wrapped a little bit, but he's moving around fine. Baseline, Binion just past Teets and put it in. And Teets just backed off, and Binion said thanks. And Jamestown's longest lead of the day is 4, 25-21. Mitchell, right lane line for Dakota State, working on Linus, still on him, and drops it in over him. Good move again by Tane Mitchell. His 2nd bucket, and it's 25-23 Jamestown. 8:39 first half. Our second of 4 games on this remarkable day here on 107.1. We hope you're enjoying it. What a time of the year to be a basketball. A bounce to Linus from Benyon. Oh, it rolled out. Hector offensive rebound. Wonderfully done. And put it in. Heckner has another big offensive board. Bad luck for Linus, but Heckner made it good luck. And Jimmie's again by 4. 27-23 Jamestown over Dakota State, 8:09.5. Teets up top for Aiden Jensen. Left wing, it's Braden Pankin, worked on by Cordes. To Jensen, left wing on the angle now. Again, they just won't play him in the post. They play him mid-range and high post a lot because, as we said, he can shoot threes. Pass out to him. Heckner deflected, picked up by Jensen. 3 on the shot clock. Pankin, long 3, missed. He had to put it up. Heckner, another rebound. Owens rebounding well today. Jimmie's looked for a 6 or 7 point lead. Linus in the circle. Starts a left-hand dribble, hands it to Benyon. Starts his drive, shoots over Jensen from 14, missed. Boy, they're putting Jensen defensively on Cy a lot. Rebound, Pankin into Dakota State. Down floor, Mitchell all the way with a reverse layup. Another foul. It's the 4th on Jamestown. Dakota State hasn't been called for one yet. I'm just saying. 2nd on Benyon. Ooh, that's not what Jamestown wanted. Carson Woodford in, Anthony Walters in, Spencer Barr in. Heckner, Linus, Benyon all to the bench. Colby Dillenbeck's back in. So's Isaac Sumption for Dakota State. Watch this game, the Jimmie Athletics official YouTube channel. Dakota State's in blue. Here's a lob, but nobody there. Good idea, but Pankin, but didn't have anyone to pass it to. Brought in by Glasgow. Back for Anthony Walters for Jamestown. Right wing angle, Cordes. 3, spot up and shoot. He's short. Tipped by Glasgow. Great play to Barr. Left wing Walters, a 3. Off the rim. Woodford couldn't reach the rebound. Tane Mitchell did for Dakota State. Long down floor. Pankin had it deflected for a moment. Now he finds Sumption in the left corner. So the baseline fell down as he tried to make a pass and picked up by Cole Glasgow. The bench says push it. Glasgow does. For Walters, right wing transition. 3, halfway down and out. Rebound, Colby Dillenbeck. That would have been a big one for Ant. 4-point lead still for Jamestown at 27-23, 6:38.5. Dakota State trailing by 4 with the ball. It's to Isaac Sumption. A Dillenbeck screen for him. Up top's Tane Mitchell. Right wing on the angle. This is Payne. Calvin Payne, the other Australian. And now Mitchell, the other Australian, lobbed a pass that was intended for Dillenbeck, but out of bounds because he was defended well. As Risley Borman and Lucas Morgan return for Dakota State, that's the 3rd turnover on the Trojans. The Jimmies haven't had one yet. Linus, after a little bit of a rest, back in for Carson Woodford. Let's set Jamestown's 5. Spencer Barr, Will Cordes, Jimmie Linus, Anthony Walters, and Cole Glasgow. Silas Benyon on the bench, at least for the moment. He has 2 fouls. Barr for the Jimmies, the sophomore, with 6:15.5. Linus on a high post took the pass from Walters. Bounced for a cutting Cordes. Ball didn't make it to him. Came instead to Lucas Morgan in Dakota State. For Calvin Payne, now for Isaac Sumption, right wing on the angle. Bouncing a high post to Morgan. Left wing it is Payne. Walters on him. Dillenbeck playing a high post. Colby with a bounce for a cutting Morgan. Reverse layup didn't go, or Borsley, I should say. Borman, I should say, and Linus the rebound. Left wing, Barr as Linus tries to set a screen for him. Spencer with a hand to Glasgow. 5:35.5. Jimmie's up for him with the ball. Glasgow left lane line, working on Payne. Spins left, spins right, spins back right, half hook, and there at last is the first Dakota State foul of the game. It took 14.5 minutes. Calvin Payne with it. And Cole Glasgow to the line for 2. Hasn't been there a lot, 16 of 24, that's 67%. Jimmies are the best in the North Star at 75%. It's in the top 40 in the country. Glasgow trying to extend a 4-point Jamestown lead. It gets quiet in here, first too long. Nolan Segner has come in now for Dakota State. Segner is a 6'7" freshman from Apple Valley, Minnesota. 2.7 points, 1.7 rebounds a game. One more for Glasgow. This one's good. Cole's 4th point after the 3 he hit to start the scoring today. Owen Heckner comes in for Cole. Now the largest lead for Jamestown, 28-23, 5:29 first half on the Goneril Sports scoreboard. Neither team's led by more than 5 so far. Sumption up ahead for Lucas Morgan, crosses the timeline. Heckner's right there to meet him. He's got to find somebody, and he does. It's Sumption, who's just barely in the front court. Screened by Segner, back to Nolan. Wants a 3 straight away, too long. Linus flies in for the rebound, and Heckner got knocked over by Lucas Morgan for his first and the second foul on DSU. And Jamestown will bring it the full 94 feet with 5:11 to go first half. 7 lead changes and 3 ties already, but the Jimmies have had the lead here for a few minutes. Spencer Barr with a hand to Anthony Walters for Jamestown. He's guarded by Isaac Sumption of Dakota State. Stops right lane line. Moved his way past Sumption. Bounce, trying to find a cutting Linus, but he couldn't make it there because he was defended, and the ball's out of bounds to Dakota State for just the second turnover today on the Jimmies. It's Sumption in the backcourt with Will Cordes meeting him. Behind the back dribble, Sumption's played better late in the year. Formerly at Presentation College, of course, their basketball program, and the university's gone. The whole university's shut down. Bounce to Morgan on the left block. 13 still to shoot, working on Linus, put his shoulder down and then hit it. You can't put your shoulder down like that, but he got away with it his first 2. You can do that in football. You can't do it in this sport. 28-25 Jamestown. 4:23 and a half. They let one go there, didn't they? Barr, left wing, mid of that wing. With a hand, left elbow, Anthony Walters. Spinning on Sumption, laid it in. Boy, not much Sumption could do there with the great moves of Anthony Walters, who's leading Jamestown with 8. 30-25 Jimmies. 4:02 first half in the Goneril Sports scoreboard. Payne, Morgan, circle it back now to Sumption for Dakota State. Calvin Payne, right wing on the angle. The Nolan Segner to Sumption, trying to work his way inside. Good bounce pass to Segner, and then knocked out of bounds by Barr. But down to 7 on the shot clock again for DSU. Here come Tietz and Pankinen. And Aiden Jensen all in for Dakota State, and Carson Woodford gives Jimmie Linus a rest for Jamestown. 3:45 and a half. The winner to the title game of this conference on Tuesday night. Bounce to Morgan in the lane. 2 on the shot clock. 1. Tietz. They didn't release it in time. Shot clock violation. Got a little louder in here too, and as BJ Walters always likes to point out, that can make a difference in this building. Even when the bench yells at you to say, put it up, maybe you can't hear it. 4th turnover on Dakota State. Jamestown ball on a 5-point lead. 3.5 on the half. Woodford, high post for Owen Heckner on the right wing. Cross court Anthony Walters. Bounce left baseline, Carson Woodford. Working on Morgan. Little bump, another. Half hook turnaround with a left hand, no good. Morgan rebounds for Dakota State to Lane Tietz to Calvin Payne in the front court. Left wing on the angle, guarded by Walters. Good hard screen and legal one set by Jensen. Tietz with another Jensen pick. Moving on the right side now to Pankinen. Says, get over here, Aiden Jensen. Does, so I can bounce it to you. But he couldn't put it in, and Woodford got a hand on it. Heckner the rebound. Down floor to Barr. Everything worked except the shot there for DSU. Barr right wing, pass intended for the right corner, knocked out by Calvin Payne. Tyler Beckwith, Tane Mitchell both return for Dakota State. Cole Glasgow back in for Jamestown. 23 still in the UJ shot clock. 2:47 left. What a good first half this has been. 30-25 Jamestown. Jimmies are at 46% shooting, 13 of 28, 3 of 10 on threes. Dakota State 11 of 24 shooting, 46%. Just 2 of 11 on threes, and this is not all that good a three-point shooting team. They're in the latter half of the country. Right wing, a Barr 3 is off the left rim, and it's rebounded by Braden Pankinen. 4, Tyler Beckwith in the front court. Drives past Walters to the block and scores. Good move there by Beckwith, his first 2. 30-27, Jamestown leads Dakota State. 2:20 in the first half. Goneril Sports scoreboard. Walters in the lane. Took the feed, missed from 14. Good setup by Glasgow, but it didn't fall. Rebound Beckwith in Dakota State. Long lob, and it came to Jensen, but Walters knocked it away, and Cole Glasgow picked it up. More good D by Jamestown. And Cordes eases it into the front court, and here's the instructions from Casey Brueggemann. Barr back to Cordes to a right baseline drive. Dished it to Glasgow. Left wing angle. Walters, three. Yes! Anthony has 11. And his 53rd three of the year. Jamestown's longest lead is now 6 over Dakota State. 33-27, 140 in the half, and now Tietz walks it across the timeline. Between the rings to Aiden Jensen, left wing on the angle. To Pankanen, return for Jensen. Benyon on him, right corner Beckwith, 9 on the shot clock. Tietz, left wing angle three, Pankanen is good. His second three today. And 69 for him now this year to cut the Jamestown lead in half. 33-30, 112 in the first half. Exciting game, an intense game in this North Star men's semifinal. Barr in the left wing for the Jimmies. To Cordes up top, it is Carson Woodford. 1 minute left in the first half, and it's been a very good one. Barr spin to the right, drive in the lane, Jensen, great block from behind. Tane Mitchell takes it in for Dakota State. Bounce pass on the other end. Beckwith got 2 men in the air and put it in. What a block there to set that up. Now it's a 1-point Jamestown lead, 33-32. 39 seconds in the half. The difference, about 12 and a half seconds on the clock. So 2 for 1 there by Dakota State. Carson Woodford on a high post for Jamestown. Nearly lost it. He's able to find Glasgow. Left baseline, kick out for Cordes. Right wing three, Will. Yes, sir! Will Cordes has his 24th three of the year. And back to a 4-point Jamestown lead, 36-32. Number 262 in Will's great career here. Shot clock off. 10 seconds on the game clock. Tietz with 6. To Beckwith with 5. To Jensen right of the lane with 2-1. Puts it up, banked it in at the buzzer. To end a 7-point first half and bring Dakota State back to within 2. A high level 20 minutes of basketball. And it is way up for grabs as to who will play in the North Star Men's Basketball Championship game on Tuesday night. Right now, it's the Jimmies with a 2-point advantage. A great half of basketball. Halftime score on the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard. The Jamestown Jimmies 36. The Dakota State Trojans 34. Stay tuned next for the RM Stout halftime report, and we will tell you about the first half numbers from this game and the semifinal games, including another recap of an outstanding win for the Jimmie women today in Mayville. They're going to the championship game on Tuesday. But we'll look at all that next here on Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Jimmies.
Are you looking for a rewarding job and a great environment where you can make a difference in someone else's life every day? SMP Health Ave Maria in Jamestown is looking for you. Visit smthealth.org/Ave Maria and click on the Careers tab to find the most up-to-date openings available. smthealth.org/Ave Maria. They're currently looking for nurses, housekeepers, CNAs, and universal assistants. Be sure to visit the website if you're interested and qualified for any of the positions that are open at smthealth.org/Ave.
So, when you're ready to build a building to house your business or remodel your existing business, you want the same qualities in your commercial construction contractor. And that's where Hillerud Construction comes in. Trusted, experienced builders who specialize in commercial building construction. Their experience saves you time, stress, and money. So visit HillerudConstruction.com and let's get building.
Cold, snow, ice. Thaw, melt, potholes. Repeat. Our North Dakota winters are ever changing, and that means your tires need to be ready for just about anything. Bring your vehicle to Mike and the crew at Pit Stop Express Lube and have them take a look. As a locally owned shop, they care more about you and your family's safety than the sale. So, they will recommend the best fit for your needs. Stop into Pit Stop Express Lube at 117 4th Street Northwest, Jamestown, or call 952-7867.
Buffalo City Diesel Jamestown is your one-stop shop for experienced truck services. Their top-notch techs are trained in the latest technology and can identify and fix problems in your medium or heavy-duty diesel trucks and buses. Buffalo City Diesel also offers roadside assistance, trailer services, and truck parts. Call Buffalo City Diesel today at 701-253-2844. That's Buffalo City Diesel at 701-253-2844.
Here is your Egg Central forecast from meteorologist Mick Kerr as we move to our afternoon. Winds should be becoming calm, and we'll see that high temperature peaking out in the upper 20s sometime later on today. As we make our way towards tonight, clear skies remain. Low temperatures right around that 20-degree mark and warming up tomorrow. We'll see high temperatures on Sunday in the mid-40s with maybe a 50 in store for us on Monday. For more weather, log on to newsdakota.com.
Jamestown 107.1.
A high-energy, high-level first half of basketball here at Harold Newman Arena. Jamestown Jimmies with a 2-point lead on the Dakota State Trojans, 36-34 in this semifinal game of the North Star Athletic Association Men's Basketball Championship. I'm David Burrows. So glad to have you here with us on Jamestown 107.1. Remember, watch this game at the Jimmie Athletics official YouTube channel. Let's look at the first half numbers from this game. Individually for Jamestown, Anthony Walters, big spark again for him, off the bench as he always is, and he has been effective. 11 points on 5 of 10 shooting, and he has hit a 3. Owen Heckner has 5, 3 big rebounds and a couple of huge rebounds on the offensive end for him. 4 for Silas Benyon, 4 for Cole Glasgow today. Now, Benyon missed a little time with a couple of fouls. Jimmie Linus with 4, but he also has 6 rebounds. Will Cordes with 3. Not a big three-pointer, and Spencer Barr had a three-pointer for 3, and 2 points also for Carson Woodford. Individually for Dakota State, Lane Teets and Aiden Jensen each had 7. Teets with a couple of rebounds and 3 assists. 6 points for Braden Paganin, and 3 rebounds for him. Couple of threes for Braden. Tane Mitchell had 4, hit both of his shots. Tyler Beck with 4, 2 of 4 shooting, 3 rebounds. 4 for Colby Dillenbeck off the bench. 2 out of 3 shooting for him. Lucas Morgan with 1 bucket. Jamestown at 46% shooting, 15 of 33. They were 5 of 13 on threes in the first half, 1 of 2 at the line. But Dakota State, who had 55% shooting on Wednesday night in their semifinal win at Mayville State, has 54% shooting so far today on 15 of 28. 3 of 12 on threes. As we told you, they don't thrive on threes. 1 of 3 at the line. 16 rebounds for each team. 6 assists for Dakota State in their 15 made buckets. 11 for the Jimmies on their 15 made buckets. 5 turnovers on Dakota State, only 2 on Jamestown. And Cole Glasgow had 2 steals. So now many points off turnovers. Jamestown with 3, Dakota State with 2. Dakota State leading in points in the paint, 24-16. And on second chance points, 3-2. Jamestown's bench, mostly because of Walters outscoring Dakota State bench 16-6. Again, neither team's led by more than 6. Jamestown's longest lead 6, Dakota State's 5. There have been, I was 1 short, 8 lead changes and 3 ties in this first half. What a first half it was. Second half should be excellent too. 36-34 Jamestown. Now the other men's semifinal still is a little over 15 minutes away from starting in Dickinson. That's VCSU and the regular season champion Dickinson State. VCSU coming off their home win over Bellevue on Wednesday night. So if Dickinson State wins, they would host the men's championship game on Tuesday. If VCSU wins, well, it would depend on what happened here. They would host if it's Dakota State. They would come to Jamestown if it's the Jimmies. Now, in women's play, in case you're just with us, sorry you missed an amazing effort today by the Jimmie women, who won on the road at Louis Lee Fieldhouse over Mayville State in the women's semifinal, 85-67. Kate Cordes was at it again, 28 today after her 36 points on Wednesday night in the quarterfinal win over Dickinson State. 28 more today, 9 of 13 shooting, 4 threes, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals. But Jalen Martinson was absolutely vital today for the Jimmies off the bench. A career high 14 points, 6 rebounds, 7 of 7 to the line. In fact, the Jimmies didn't miss a free throw today. They were 17 of 17. Jessica Loster, before she fouled out, good again off the bench. 3 big threes and 13 points. Samantha Paulson, 8 and 9 rebounds. Hannah Hoggle, 8 and 5 rebounds. So the Jimmies will play for the North Star Championship Tuesday night. Whom and where will they play? We don't know yet because the second semifinal is going on right now, and it's up for grabs. Dakota State playing in Madison, number 1 seed, had 1 regular season loss. It's to the team they're playing today, and that's VCSU. It is tied at 34 at halftime. Wow. Ashwin Deemer. Oh, remember her? The one with 11 threes and 39 points in the game in this building. She has 13 today and 3 threes. Abby Asleason with 12. Tabor Teal with 10 for Dakota State. We're going to keep our eyes on that. Again, if Dakota State wins, then the Jimmies would go there on Tuesday. But if the Jimmies win, if VCSU wins, I should say, they come here. So, folks, again, think of this. Not to predict anything, but just saying it's a possibility. If both VCSU teams win today, and if Jamestown wins this game, it would be a conference championship doubleheader with the Jimmies and VCSU here on Tuesday. Wouldn't that be delicious? Not telling you it's going to happen, just telling you it could. Isn't March basketball wonderful? Halftime of this one, nothing's a sure thing in this one. Jamestown with a 2-point lead over Dakota State, 36-34. We all knew the Trojans would be ready and raring to go, and they certainly have been. One more note about Jimmie Athletics, or at least to tell you about the other sports going on. Yesterday, Dawson Sedevec competed in the weight throw in the NAIA Indoor Track and Field Championships in Gainesville, Florida, the only Jimmie in that event. And 16.42 meters for Dawson, 53 feet, 10 and a half inches. Now, women's wrestling is taking part today in the KCAC Championships. That's in Kansas City, Missouri at Avila University. And baseball is in action. The Jimmies playing a doubleheader with Benedictine University Mesa today. That's in Mesa, Arizona, as Jimmie Baseball begins their stretch of games in Arizona. They'll go to the Tucson Invitational Games, as will the Jimmie softball team next week. And a reminder, too, this is the second of 4 games in this remarkable day of basketball here on Jamestown 107.1, because after this, from the Jamestown Civic Center, it's the Jamestown Blue Jays in their AA West Region play-in games, with the Minot North girls and St. Mary's boys coming to play the Jays as Andy Skunberg and Luke Anderson's teams try to advance to the quarterfinal round in Bismarck on Thursday. We'll have those for you at around 3:45. And also, and again, our great thanks to not only Jamestown, but Minot North and St. Mary's High Schools. We're able to bring you live and archive video today. And if you go to the sports section of newsdakota.com, you can find the link to that. So we're looking forward to that later today, but we're looking forward to what should be 20 more minutes of great basketball here at Harold Newman Arena. Jamestown leading Dakota State 36-34 in the men's North Star semifinal. The second half is next. That's our RM Stout halftime report. And by the way, you know RM Stout has the right value and has had since 1941. Stay tuned for what should be a great second half on Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Jimmies.
Need some custom screen printed t-shirts? Lots of t-shirts? You need originals.
Originals!
Or do you just need one shirt with your corporate logo for the new guy?
Originals!
Caps, jackets, U sizes, adult sizes, Blue Jay apparel, Jimmie apparel. You need originals. There you have it, folks. For custom printed apparel, embroidery, and work apparel, it's originals. They can also do online stores for your sports team or business. 216 First Avenue, downtown Jamestown. Open 9 to 5 weekdays. Visit originals.com.
When you're working outdoors, unpredictability is the norm. Tackle your toughest jobs with the 2025 Honda Pioneer 700. This rugged side-by-side brings the power with reliable torque for towing and smooth shifting for the trails. Choose from 3 trims, Standard, Deluxe, or the True Timber Forest Edition. See the 2025 Honda Pioneer 700 at Gun and Reel Sports, downtown Jamestown. For your safety, read the owner's manual, wear a helmet, eye protection, close side nets and doors, and always wear seatbelts. Honda side-by-sides are for riders 16 and older.
Do you want to make sure homework time isn't spent on games and video streaming? Dakota Central can help. With Experience IQ, you set limits to ensure your kids aren't playing when they should be doing homework. With premium managed Wi-Fi from Dakota Central, you can create healthier internet habits for your children from the easy-to-use Command IQ app. Learn more about premium Wi-Fi and Experience IQ today at www.dakotacentral.com.
Two Rivers Activity Center in Jamestown is hiring. Do you like interacting with people? Do you enjoy a fun, upbeat atmosphere and a clean workspace? If so, the perfect opportunity awaits you at Track. They're currently hiring for a variety of part-time positions for lifeguard and guest service and wellness attendants. They'll work with your existing schedule, whether you already have another job or are a college student. Check out trackjamestown.com to learn more about these positions and how to apply today.
Jamestown 107.1.
Deep breaths. Good, steady, deep breaths to get ready for the second half, because you can't expect it to be as intense as the first. Jamestown leads Dakota State 36-34 in this North Star men's semifinal, with the second half about to begin in Harold Newman Arena. I am David Burrow. Thank you for joining us on this Saturday afternoon. And again, the realistic prognostications are that only the champion of this league in the tournament would get an NAIA men's basketball championship bid. That's just the way it'll be. Women, well, Dakota State's already has been named as a host site, so the Trojan women almost sure to be in. Jamestown, of course, still has the chance. They'll be in the championship game on Tuesday night after beating Mayville State on the road today 85-67. VCSU and Dakota State and Madison tied at 34 in the half in the other women's semifinal. Again, the men's second semifinal is about 9 minutes away from starting out in Dickinson as Dickinson State hosts VCSU. Second half about to begin. Silas Benyon for Jamestown on the floor with Cole Glasgow, Jimmie Linus, Owen Heckner, and Will Cordes. And the starting five again for Dakota State. Lane Teets, Braden Pankett, and Ty Wetbeck with Tane Mitchell, Aiden Jensen. Just to our right, it'll be Braden Pankett at the inbounds. Second half throw in brought to you by RM Stout, your Ford Dodge and Jeep dealer in Jamestown. It's in to Lane Teets. Jimmie's lead 36-34 over Dakota State. Lob down low for Jensen. Reverse, good. Nice way for them to start the second half. That's 9 for Aiden Jensen. He leads the Trojans. Benyon with a pass that's knocked away. Picked up by Beckwith. Down for a dunk. And Dakota State has the lead back. And a timeout by Jamestown head coach Casey Bruggeman, a Hillerud Construction timeout. Doesn't want to let Dakota State get a big head of steam right here. They're back in front, 38-36, 19:33 left on Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Jimmies.
Where do you find the friendliest staff, the largest selection, lowest prices, and the freshest produce? Hugo's in Jamestown. But if you can't wait to go to the store, Hugo's Family Marketplace offers online shopping. You can shop all the departments and all the sales at hugos.com. Once you're done shopping, choose pickup or Hugo's delivery service, and they'll do the in-store shopping for you. Hugo's Family Marketplace, online shopping at hugos.com.
You're gonna find more low prices, more great stuff when you go to Hugo's.
The ninth lead change of the day came off just the third Jamestown turnover today. Dakota State's Jamestown ball. Glasgow, left baseline, Linus drives to and Jimmie Jam to tie it back up. 6 for Linus, another great feed by Glasgow, and it's tied at 38, the fourth tie. 19:09 remaining in this semifinal. Pankett in right corner for Lane Teets for Dakota State. Right wing on the angle. Cross court left side. It is Beckwith. Fell down, lost the ball. Linus on the floor for it. It ends in a dual possession. That gives it to Jamestown. They have the arrow. Linus up Back up. He ties his left sneaker. Got a little wrap on that left hamstring, but he's doing fine. And the Jimmies try to regain the lead with just over a minute gone in this second half. Ooh, hang on to something, folks. This is going to be quite a finish, I have a feeling. Linus on a high post. For Benyon, left elbow of the lane, guarded by Jensen, fades away from him, misses. They got Jensen guarding him again. That's happened a lot. Beck with the rebound. Linus knocked an entry pass out of bounds. But on both ends of the floor, it's turned out that way. Jimmies don't want it to be that way on either end of the floor. But they're switching every time they can and putting Jensen on Silas. Inbounds from Teets to Pankinen. Brayton between the rings with a three is off the right rim. Cordes runs the rebound down for Jamestown. Left wing Benyon. That time he moves on Jensen and drew a foul. He wasn't the one guarding him. He'd blown past both Teets and Mitchell and drew the first foul on Aiden Jensen and the first team foul on either team in this second half. So here's Silas Benyon to the line for the first time today. 74% this year. He's 61 of 83. Only the third and fourth free throws for the Jimmies. First one's good. Haven't been many free throws from either side in this game. Anthony Walters comes in for Cole Glasgow. Jamestown has the lead back. 39-38 with a 10th lead change. 18:23 left on the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard. One more for Benyon. Good again. 6 for Cy. 40-38 for Jamestown. Dakota State's basketball. Lane Teets. High ball screen. That's by Mitchell. Now the bounce is to Tane Mitchell. Working on Linus. In the middle of the lane. Backed him away and put it in. Good tough move by Mitchell, and he has 6, and it's tied again at 40. 2 minutes gone in the second half. Benyon with a lob for Linus on the high post for Jamestown. Heckner backs out, got a man in the air, and lob looked for Linus. He did take it off the glass and then got fouled. That's a little lucky, frankly, for Jamestown. He wanted to lob the Linus. Linus was being defended well, but the ball bounced off the glass right to him, and then he was fouled by Tyler Beck with number 1 for him, number 2 on Dakota State. They're going to call this in the act of shooting. Okay, I think the Jimmies will take that. 2 free throws for Linus. 67%. First is good. 7 for the senior, and it's 41-40 Jamestown. He'll have another. Spin, 1-2, dribbles, on the way, on the board. And Carson Woodford now in for Jimmie. 42-40 Jamestown. Just over 2 minutes gone in the second half at Harold Newman Arena. The winner goes to the North Star Men's Championship game Tuesday night. The Jimmies, we know, will play in the Women's Championship game on Tuesday night. Lane Teets for Dakota State. Pass out front to Tane Mitchell. Right of the old circle with the spins, lost his dribble, finds Teets now, the freshman, with a Mitchell screen to the right line. 10 on the timer. Fade away. Caught it with a foul. Benyon can't believe it, but a great shot there by Teets. He's up to 9. It's tied at 42. It's Benyon's third foul in the first of the half on Dakota State. And Teets, who missed a free throw in the first half, will have another here. Spencer Barr will come in for Cy. Casey Brueggemann's not so sure about that call either, but here comes Benyon to the bench. Teets, this team's just 68% on the line. Think of that if it's close late. But Teets has one here, and it's no good. Rebounded by Glasgow. It remains tied at 42, the 6th tie. 17:25 left on the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard. It's Will Cordes. And dribbling off his foot and out of bounds. So it belongs again to Dakota State with 17:20 to go. Turnover number 4 on the Jimmies today. Teets down floor, left wing. Nearly hanging on him is Cordes. Dakota State tries to gain the lead back. Teets still with it. Down low for Dylan Beck. Layup good. Great catch by Dylan Beck. He's up to 6, and Dakota State leads again, 44-42. 3 minutes into the second half with a Hillerud Construction Jamestown timeout on Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Jimmies.
Are you dreaming of spring? Jamestown Country Club has been dreaming of it too, so get ready now with a Jamestown Country Club membership. The 18-hole championship course, bar, and restaurant will be waiting for you when the season opens. Sign up now for your membership and be prepared to hit the ground running or golfing as soon as spring arrives. Visit JamestownCountry.club or email jcc58401@gmail.com today. Buy now and be ready to play at Jamestown Country Club.
To DSU, the 6th seed. But again, with the way they played late in the season, about as deceiving a 6th seed as you're going to find. 3 road wins late in the year. And the home win, of course, over the Jimmies.
Your home for UJ Jimmie. AM 1400 KQDJ Jamestown and 107.1 K296 HH Jamestown.
Cole Glasgow will re-enter for Jamestown after this timeout is completed. Casey Brueggemann still has 3 to use. Darren Teig for Dakota State still has 5 that he can use. Barr will inbound with Jamestown down 2. Again, no lead for either team's been bigger than 6 today. Jamestown's longest lead 6, Dakota State's longest lead 5. Barr out front to Will Cordes for the Jimmies. In orange at the bucket to your right as you watch on the Jimmie Athletics official YouTube channel. Cordes up top again, finds Anthony Walters. Tane Mitchell's guarding him. To the left elbow of the lane, lost the ball. That's a dual possession. That gives it to Dakota State. So the Jimmies have now had 3 turnovers in this second half after only 2 in all of the first half. Lane Teets with it, and Dakota State has a lead of a 2-point bucket. 16 and a half minutes to go, 44-42 in Jamestown. 3 touch passes, returns it to Teets, right of the lane, up top for Colby Dillenbeck. Now to Braden Pankinen, guarded by Barr. For Tane Mitchell, between the rings again, 8 on the shot clock. Right wing Tyler Beckwith, the freshman out to Mitchell, take the 3, left corner open, Teets, back rim long, rebound, brought in, a big one there by Tyler Beckwith on the offensive boards. Brought Dakota State a new 20, went to the top of the lane to gain it. Teets on the left wing for Mitchell again. Down the right lane line, just bowled over. No, they called it on Glasgow. Now, they said Cole wasn't set. Awfully close. But it's Cole's first and the second team foul. Silas Benyon does return. Remember, he does have 3 fouls. Jimmie Linus is in 2. And seeing that, Darren Teig puts Aiden Jensen back into the game for Dakota State. Isaac Sumption's back in 2. 4 minutes exactly gone in the second half. Fresh 20 on the shot clock for Dakota State. Sumption will inbound right baseline. Bounce on the right block to Jensen. Double team out front, leaves Mitchell open for a 3. Back rim and long. Jimmie Linus the rebound. Jamestown down 2. Benyon in the front court, left wing dribble for Silas. The Oregonian to the right block, drives, Keller with a foul, big hoop by Silas Benyon. He has 8 and it's tied at 44. And he drew the second foul on Aiden Jensen as he went right back at him again. 13 foul on Dakota State. Calvin Payne, Lucas Morgan returned for the Trojans to the bench. Tyler Beckwith and Tane Mitchell. The 7th tie. Jamestown's Benyon trying to institute the 12th lead change and put the Jimmies back in front. On the way. Ooh, a little too much spin and off. Rebound Lucas Morgan and Dakota State in a tie game at 44. 15:38 left in this North Star men's semifinal. Drop step in the lane. Pankinen lost his dribble. Now he's able to find Jensen. Return to Morgan on the left baseline. Knocked over Barr. That's got to be an offensive foul because he used his elbow. Yes, it is. You can't stick your elbow like that out. Morgan, you know that. Lucas is a good player, but he knows better than that. His second foul, 14 foul. And Jamestown has it back. That's going to get called every time. Benyon into the front court. Jamestown looks for the lead again. Left foul line extended jumper, good for side. He's up to 10, and Dakota State wants a Hillerud construction timeout. 15-16 left. How you feeling out there? Jamestown 46, Dakota State 44, and Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Jimmies.
When pain holds you back, JRMC can move you forward. Dr. Michael T. Dean, Dr. Roxanne Keene, and physician assistant Pat Walter specialize in expert orthopedic care, from fractures and sports injuries to joint replacements, even same day. It's right here at JRMC, with leading technology, personalized care, and big city expertise close to home. There's no need to wait or travel. Choose the team that keeps you moving. Schedule online at jrmcnd.com.
Jamestown 107.1.
So the lead again belongs to the Jimmies. 46-44 with 15-10 left. It's Dakota State's basketball as Isaac Sumption with a pass inside. Good one for Jensen. Works on Linus. Jimmie got a block at the rim. What a play by Linus. Down floor to Benyon. He denied Aiden Jensen and then lost the ball. Benyon did. Sumption down floor. Layup at the bottom of the rim. He fell down. No foul called. Right corner, a three by Pagan, and is halfway down and out. But an offensive board by Lucas Morgan. He reverses and ties it. 4 for Morgan. Tied again at 46, the 9th tie. 14 and a half minutes still to go. Can you take it? Benyon out front for Cole Glasgow for Jamestown. Anthony Walters, who's re-entered. Starts a drive right lane over Jensen, off the rim. Rebound Sumption. Dakota State looks to regain the lead. Right wing Pankinen threw the ball away. Walters stole it. Back for Benyon. Left wing Glasgow into the middle of the lane. Pass Jensen, off glass and good. Cole Glasgow's up to 6. Jamestown leads again 48-46. 6 minutes gone in the second half of intense and excellent basketball in the North Star men's semifinal at Harold Newman Arena. Aiden Jensen high post. To the right wing for Braden Pankinen, fouled by Spencer Barr as he reached in, the first on the sophomore and the third on the Jimmies. Carson Woodford returns for Jamestown. Owen Hector and Will Cordes do too. As do Calvin Payne, Risley Borman, and Colby Dillenbeck for Dakota State. Right baseline, Teets, the freshman. One of the better freshmen in the league this year. Will inbound to Colby Dillenbeck. Back to Teets in the corner for a three, and the lead off the left rim. Rebound, Owen Hector, another big board for Jamestown. To Benyon, left wing for Hector. Up top to Silas, open, long three is off the front rim. And good position, Dillenbeck. Boxed out Glasgow, and Colby gained the rebound. 48-46 Jamestown, 13:28 left in the Gonorrhea Sports scoreboard. Dakota State ball. Lane Teets. Right wing to Colby Dillenbeck between the rings. Left wing, it's Calvin Payne, guarded by Glasgow. Wants to use a Dillenbeck screen. Now bounces it to Colby, left elbow to the baseline. Fouled by Carson Woodford. So 2 free throws here for Dillenbeck off Woodford's second and the fourth Jamestown team foul with 13:12 remaining. Dillenbeck at the line is 60%, 45 of 75. Again, they're only 1 for 4 today, and this one's too long. And remember, it's just a 68% foul shooting team. Tyler Beckwith and Tane Mitchell are both back in for Dakota State. Best Dillenbeck can do is cut the Jimmie lead to 1. The Texan missed this one too, rebounded by Woodford. They're 1 for 6 at the line. Still 13:07 left. Jamestown 48, Dakota State 46. Jimmie ball. Hector down the right lane line. Hesitates, stops, puts it over Dillenbeck. Didn't go, but Colby fouled him. That was nearly a wonderful basket on a really nice stop and go move by Owen Hector. Dillenbeck's first foul, and that's 5 now in Dakota State. Owen Hector, his first free throws today, and he's been good this year, 78%, and the first is good. 49-46 Jamestown. 13:01 left on the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard. There's one more for Owen. He's good again. 40-36 Jimmy's. Anthony Walters comes in for Heckner. Let's set Dakota State's 5 as they have it down 4. Lane Teets along with Colby Dillenbeck, Tane Mitchell, Tyler Beckwith, and Risley Borman. The freshman's re-entered. Teets for the Trojans. Up top for Tane Mitchell. Dillenbeck, a lot of hand fighting going on with Woodford, and Woodford pushed him. And you wondered what they were going to catch because Dillenbeck and Woodford had each given each other a couple of shoves, and they caught the one on Carson for his third and the 5th Jimmie team foul. And Jimmie Linus is going to come back in now for Woodford. And with that, Darren Ty counters by bringing Aiden Jensen back in for Dillenbeck. A veteran winning head coach against a first-year head coach, and they both know what they're doing. Tane Mitchell, right wing for Dakota State, who's down 4. Spinning on Linus. Works down on him, lays it up and in. Mitchell's had some good moves at the bucket today. He's up to 8. 50-48. The Jamestown lead 2 over Dakota State. 12:24 remaining in this North Star men's semifinal. Benyon with a line of screen to the left lane line. Finds Glasgow. Stops 10 feet from the bucket. Back out to Benyon. Long 3 for Cy. Halfway down and out. Rebound Tane Mitchell. Long down floor. Snowbirding as Jensen missed a dunk but followed it in with a layup. 11 for Jensen. It's tied again at 50. The 10th tie. 11:55 still to go on the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard. Can you take this, folks? What a game. Benson, Cordes to Linus. Jumper in the lane by Cy Benyon missed. Rebound, Dakota State. Tyler Beckwith. One-man break all the way to the left block. Drew a foul. Before he shot, it'll be an inbound, but that's the last foul Jamestown has to give. Cordes with this one. Will's first. But it is the 16 fouls. Owen Heckner returns for the Jimmies. And also Braden Pankinen's back in for Dakota State. Spencer Barr's going to come in for Jamestown too to give Benyon a little bit of a rest. We'll see how long he's out. 50-50, an 11-minute and 36-second game in this North Star men's semifinal. In the other game, VCSU is leading. It's early, but they're leading at Dakota State 15-11. 6 minutes in. What a pace that game's off to. Spin in the lane. Drive and rolling it in on a wonderful move is Tyler Beckwith. And Dakota State has the lead back. 52-50, 11:24 remaining. Loop for Jimmie Linus from Will Cordes. Bounce to Walters. Double team finds Barr in the left corner. Now back to Walters' left wing on the angle. Cross court to Will Cordes. Left wing Heckner. Walters, 18-foot jumper. Good for, and his first 2 of the half. Ties it again at 52. 9 minutes gone in the second half of great basketball. Teets for Dakota State. It is for Tane Mitchell. Right lane line drive. Turns around on Linus. Missed. Jensen tipped it. Mitchell couldn't save it. It's out of bounds to Dakota State, or to Jamestown. Great try by Dakota State by Jensen and Mitchell to try to save it, but the Jimmies have it back. Still 10:50 to go. Again, as I like to say, you only get so many possessions, but still a lot of time left in this game. Spencer Barr for Will Cordes for Jamestown. Makes his way to the left block. Kick out for Barr, left wing on the angle with Teets guarding him. Now for Heckner on the right side. Spin right of the lane. Backs up for a 3. It's off the rim, and the long rebound to Tyler Beckwith and Dakota State, who look to regain the lead in this tie game with 10:24 left. It's 52 apiece. Beckwith to the right baseline. In the left corner, Pankinen, tough catch. He's able to make it. Left wing Teets, man in his face, that's Walters. Jensen back to Teets. He's in the lane from 14. Bounce pass, no, intercepted Heckner, and then fouled, and they didn't call it on Mitchell. You gotta be kidding me. And now a foul's called on Teets. Guys, I get it that you're gonna let some plays go, but that one was obvious, but Teets did foul him on the other end for team foul number 6. I absolutely understand that you don't want to decide the game, but when a foul's that obvious, brother, you gotta call it. But they did call the one on Teets, his first and team foul number 6. Carson Woodford in, Silas Benyon back in for Jamestown. Calvin Payne, Lucas Morgan back in for Dakota State. And there's the last foul Dakota State had to give. So every common foul the rest of this game means free throws. Glasgow to inbound. Left wing to Benyon to Walters. Deflected, but Ant picks it up right wing for Jamestown. 10 minutes left. Entry to Carson Woodford. Back to Benyon. Left wing three off the left rim. Long rebound. Benyon could chase it down. Glasgow did to Benyon. Layup good. Benyon couldn't reach the rebound, but the deflection brought it to Cole Glasgow. Jamestown's back in front, 54-52. 12 now for Cy. 9:39 to go. Dakota State's ball. Pankanen for Colby Dillenbeck. Threw it away and out of bounds. Jamestown ball with 9:34 to go. Timeout, Dakota State. You take the breaks where you can get them. Jamestown just got a good one there, but they're back in the lead. For the 15th lead change, mercy. 9:34 left. Jamestown 54, Dakota State 52 on Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Chickies.
Johnny B's Brickhouse, famous for their pizza, but wait, there's pasta, and their amazing wings, and fresh ground hamburgers, tasty salads and appetizers too. And for dessert, you can't beat their sweet sticks. Come on out for Tuesday night trivia and live entertainment every Thursday night. The place to be is Johnny B's, smack dab in the middle of Main Street, downtown Jamestown. And remember, for delivery and carryout, call 952-8777.
(54-52). In the other semifinal, in Dickinson, early still, but BCSU is leading Dickinson State 19-16, just under 12 minutes to go in the first half. Jimmie women, winners earlier today at Mayville State in the women's semifinal, 85-67. In the second semifinal, Dakota State now leading BCSU in Madison. It's 53-47 in the last minute of the third. If the Trojans hang on, they would host Jamestown in the championship game in women's play on Tuesday night. We'll keep you updated, of course. Now and during the Blue Jay West Region play-in doubleheader that starts at 3:45 here on 107.1. Jamestown's ball. Barr to Benyon. Left corner to Anthony Walters. Spin on Morgan. Now finds Woodford to Benyon in the left corner. Dillenbeck guards him. Walters left wing on the angle, 13 to shoot. Stops, fakes, traveled. Just lifted that pivot foot. But it is a violation, and Dakota State has it back with Aiden Jensen returning for Colby Dillenbeck. 9:15 left in the second half. This semifinal still up for grabs. Jamestown leads Dakota State 54-52. Calvin Payne for the Trojans. Looped it for Lucas Morgan, left elbow, working on Glasgow to the baseline. Trying to back down on him. Off the glass, didn't go. Benyon the rebound, Jamestown. Into the front court, down the right alley. All the way to the block. A two-hand block by Jensen. Oh, Jensen was there on him again. Brought in the rebound, left it to Pankanen. To Teets to the right baseline. Back out for Jensen, right wing on the angle. 8:36 to go. Behind the back, Pankanen. Left of the old circle, backs it out to the left wing. Woodford's guarding him. To Payne, middle of the left wing, 11 on the shot clock. Oh, and Pankanen made Woodford miss. Down to the right wing for a Teets three. That's long. But Payne is in to grab the rebound, and then he's undercut. No, he stepped out of bounds, pardon me. He didn't hold the rebound in. Looked like he had, but the official right there said he didn't. Owen Heckner will court us in for Jamestown. The chance there for Dakota State to tie it back up, but Jamestown keeps their 2-point lead. 8:20 left on the Gunner Real Sports scoreboard. Jamestown 54, Dakota State 52, and it's Will Cordes up top. Yeah, they are playing, man. They kind of had a zone look before the Jimmies brought it in the front court. Benyon right of the lane, jumper from 16 didn't go. Heckner tried to tip it, went off Dakota State last. Pankanen out of bounds. Jimmies will have a second chance. Heckner had the position. Pankanen couldn't hold on to it. Jimmies will try again on the offensive end with 8:05 left up two. Benyon to the right wing on the angle. Left wing in the corner to Heckner, but right on him there is Tane Mitchell. And in fact, Tane reached in and fouled him to put Jamestown in the bonus. The 17th foul, the first on Mitchell. And Jamestown, who is 6 out of 7 from the line in the second half, that makes them 7 of 9 today, has the bonus for the remainder of this game. As Jimmie Linus returns for Carson Woodford. 7:57 to play. Heckner made 2 earlier. Enormous front end of the 1-and-1. He's good. 8 for Owen. 55-52 Jamestown. The junior will have another to make it a 2-possession lead, which is big in this game. He's good again. 9 for Owen Heckner. 56-52. Jamestown leads Dakota State by 4. 7:52 left on the Gunner Reel Sports scoreboard. Oh boy, I hope you're enjoying this as much as we are here at Newman Arena. Into the lane, Beckwith to the left elbow for Pankin on the left side. Now to Tane Mitchell, right wing on the angle. Down to 10 on the shot clock again. Out for Pankinen, straight away 3 off the left rim, but nobody boxed out Mitchell. Down low for a layup that's good. There's 10 for Mitchell, 6.5. 56-54 Jamestown, 7:23 remains. Cordes with a bounce for Jimmie Linus on a high post. Left corner for Cordes. Linus with a screen, so Cordes with a jumper. Offensive foul, moving screen on Linus. No free throws, but that's team foul number 7. It's the first on Jimmie. Lane Tietz is out and Isaac Sumption back in, and that was the correct call. Linus wasn't set when he made that screen, so Dakota State with it back down 2 with 7:12 left. Isaac Sumption. Right wing for Braden Pankinen for Dakota State, the 6th seed, but never mind that. This team's a lot better than that number shows. Right corner Pankinen, now for Mitchell. Tane on the left wing for Isaac Sumption, 10 on the shot clock for the Trojans. Jensen on a high post, 7 to shoot. Bounce left of the lane to Mitchell. A half hook over Linus, no good, and Jimmie skies in for the rebound and then got fouled. Some frustration there by Beckwith. Another close-in chance missed by Dakota State. Beckwith's second foul is team foul number 8. And Jimmie Linus with another big 1-and-1 here. Cole Glasgow will come in. Colby Dillenbeck is in too. He's for Dakota State. Glasgow, of course, for Jamestown as Lucas Morgan returns too. Linus, 2 of 2 at the line in this half. Another big 1-and-1. 6:44 remains. They're all big now, aren't they? It is. Good as it rolls in. 3-7, 9 of 10.5 for Jamestown at the line. 10 of 12 today, 57-54. One more. Yes, sir. 10 for Linus as he comes out in favor of Carson Woodford. 13 for Anthony Walters leads the Jimmies. 12 for Silas Benyon. 11 for Aiden Jensen leads Dakota State, who's now down 4 with the ball. 58-54, 6:35 left. It's Braden Pankinen between the rings, whistle away from all that. Carson Woodford is smiling, but not happily because he's caught for a foul inside. That's his 4th. And team foul number 8, as he was caught ham fighting with Colby Dillenbeck. We'll have a 1-and-1 here with 6:33 left. And again, this team is only 1 of 6 at the foul line today. Dillenbeck is 0-2, but he hits this one. His 7th point. 58-55 Jamestown. 6:33 remains. There's one more. Short. Rebound Walters. Jimmie's up 3. Still a lot of time left. 6:27. Glasgow left wing. Benyon in the lane. Steps out of there now and backs it out. Resets the Jimmie offense. Still 17 to shoot. Beckwith guards him. Screen by Woodford. Right wing Cordes. Angle 3 for Will. Good! The senior hits a big one, his 2nd of the day. Timeout Jamestown. The senior Will Cordes in his 149th game as a Jimmie, extends the lead to 6, matching the longest of the day. Hillerud Construction timeout. We'll take it. 6:11 left. What a big bucket. Jamestown 61, Dakota State 55 on Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Jimmies.
What would you do with a second chance? At Essentia Health, we understand the significance of second chances. Our heart specialists see them every day. That's why regular checkups and heart screenings are vital, even if you feel fine, and especially when you have a family history. Essentia Health is the right place for early detection, advanced treatments, comprehensive cardiac rehab, for second chances. At Essentia Health, we work hard to keep your heart strong for what's next.
Jamestown 107.1.
It was Dakota State that called this Hillerud Construction timeout, so Darren Tighe's now down to 2. Jamestown still with 3. 6:11 left. It's not too early in this game to reset it. 18 fouls on each side, so it's the 1-1 for each way. Possession arrow points to Jamestown. But this is the longest lead for either team today. Jamestown matching it at 6. What a big 3 by Will Cordes, who's hit 2 of them today. .263 for him as a Jimmie now. 6:05 left. Dakota State trails 61-55 to Jamestown. It's DSU with the ball. With a drive to the left block. Teets with a lay-in. Nice move. And he has 11. 61-57, Jamestown leads Dakota State. 5:50 left in this North Star men's semifinal. The winner plays for the league championship Tuesday night. Walters to Benyon. Linus will come back into the next dead ball. Woodford hand off to Benyon. Got Teets in the air. Stopped handed to Walters. Right angle 3. Rolled in! Anthony Walters with 16. Another enormous three-pointer. The Jamestown lead is 7. 64-57. Cordes and Walters with 2 huge threes. Turnaround right of the lane. Teets it short. Morgan the offensive board for Dakota State. Out front to Jensen. Left wing now it is Beckwith. Back inside to Jensen. Pushes on Woodford. Woodford pushes on him. They let it go. Teets with 5 on the timer from 18 right wing. No good. Cordes rebounds. Jimmy's look for a 9 or 10 point lead. Walters left wing on the angle now, just under 5 minutes left. And an offensive foul as Walters, he did a little push off. He can't believe it, but yeah, he thought he'd gotten away with it. He didn't. That's his first, and that is the 19th foul on the Jimmies. Jimmie Linus does return. So the next Jamestown common foul will put Dakota State in the double bonus. 4:50 left. And again, as we've told you, they have struggled at the line today, and they're down 7 now. Lane Teets for Dakota State with a Tane Mitchell screen. He lobbed it for Mitchell, who wasn't there, and it's out of bounds to Jamestown. 4:40 left. Miscommunication there. Mitchell just didn't reach the spot on the right block. Benyon to Linus and into the front court and back to Cy. 4.5 minutes left. Lob to Linus for a cutting Benyon. Left side of the lane. He got fouled. Dylan Beck, I do believe. Yes. His second. And there's the 19th foul on Dakota State. So here's the last 1-and-1 for either team today. Benyon, 12 in the game now, 8 in the half. As Lucas Morgan and Aiden Jensen both come back in for Dakota State. 4:28 left. He's got to get, Darren Tighe does, his effective big guys in. And not that Dylan Beck isn't, but Jensen certainly is, and Morgan too. Front end of the 1-and-1. Benyon hit it. The Jimmies hit all 3 of their front ends. 65-57 Jamestown. An 8-point lead over Dakota State with 4:28 left and one more for the young man from Eugene, Oregon. He's good. Owen Heckner back in for Cole Glasgow. Jamestown 66, Dakota State 57. 4:28 left on the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard. The Jimmies have pulled away a little. They're trying to advance to the North Star Men's Championship game Tuesday night. Teets finds Aiden Jensen. Into the lane for Morgan. Backs down on Benyon. Knocked over Benyon, who might have flopped a little, and it's put in by Morgan. Fans don't like it, but wasn't too hard a bump, and Benyon's play acting didn't work. 66-59, however, for Jamestown with 4 minutes to go. Here's a bounce from Linus to Benyon for a layup. Another huge second half for Cy. He has 16 and 12 in the half. 68-59 Jamestown. 3:45 left. Right wing three short. That's by Pankinen. Tip from Walters to Jimmie Linus. A run in the second half has put Jamestown up 9. Walters left wing three off the right rim. That would have made it a double-digit lead. Rebounded. Braden Pankinen in Dakota State. Left wing three. They need it. It's missed by Payne. Offensive board. Good one by Morgan. On Walters on the right block, but he threw it over the rim. Rebound to Owen Heckner. 3:19 left. Now the possessions are starting to run out for Dakota State. And they have missed some chances in close in this second half. Will Cordes eases the dribble down the floor for Jamestown. 15 on the shot clock. Benyon, foul line. Left wing Walters, dropped it, gained it back. Benyon, three, left angle, off both sides of the rim and out. Teets the rebound, Dakota State. Long down floor, once Jensen finds him, and Benyon knocked it out of his hands and out of bounds. Dakota State will inbound with 2:53 to go. Tyler Beckwith and Tane Mitchell both return. For Dakota State, Cole Glasgow back in for Jamestown, replacing Walters. Again, this is a team that does not really rely on three-pointers, but might have to now, down 9 with another 3 minutes to go. It's into Jensen as they'll go inside instead, at least for the moment. Left wing, it's Beckwith. Bounce near the left baseline, and Mitchell just knocked over Linus and put it in, and they don't call it. And a timeout by Dakota State, and we'll keep it here. The Jimmie fans aren't pleased with that call, or non-call, either. 12 for Mitchell. Do not go anywhere yet. 2:39 to go. 68-61 now is the Jamestown lead on the Gunner Reel Sports scoreboard. This Hillary Construction timeout is the next to last one for Dakota State. But in a game like this, let's be honest, as I mentioned briefly earlier, with a trip to the conference championship game in the balance, the officials are going to let more go, and players are just going to try and take advantage and see if they can flop around and hit the floor and see if they can gain a call. And the officials know that. And most of the time they're going to say, no, stop it, and don't flop again, by the way. So again, 9 team fouls on each side. So the next common foul for each team means the 2-shot bonus. 1 timeout left for Dakota State, 3 for Jamestown. Possession arrow points to Jamestown. In the other men's semifinal, VCSU leads at Dickinson State 34-26. There's still 3:43 left in the first half. Jamestown women in the first North Star semifinal earlier, in case you missed it, defeated Mayville State on the road 85-67. Dakota State is leading in the second semifinal, 59-54 over VCSU in Madison, with just over 2 minutes to play in that game. Take another breath. Owen Heckner will inbound for Jamestown of 7:2:39 left. Pressure, of course, by Dakota State. Got to find somebody. Finds Walters across the timeline. Past Pankinen, back out for Will Cordes, 2:32 left. Jimmie's will eat up a little time. Benyon right of the lane for Linus on a high post. To Walters, he makes his drive down the right lane line, and it rolled off the rim from the right block. Rebound, Beckwith. Tane Mitchell just now up. A 3 by Beckwith. Straight away is good. I told you not to go anywhere. Beckwith has his 23rd 3, 68-64 Jamestown. Right now, 2 minutes left. Jamestown calls a Hillary Construction timeout, and we'll keep it here again. Dakota State, for them today, just their fourth made three. And again, they don't really rely on threes. But that was huge there for Beckwith. .201 remaining. We still have more basketball ahead for you if you can take any more of it, folks. We've got both Jamestown Blue Jay AA West Region play-in games from the Civic Center. First, the Blue Jay girls in Minot North. The Blue Jay boys following that against St. Mary's. We'll get those started around 3:45 on Jamestown 107.1. And again, you can watch both games today. We have a link to it at newsdakota.com in the sports section with our great thanks to Jamestown and Minot North and St. Mary's High Schools for making that possible. The other men's semifinal, VCSU continuing to lead at Dickinson State, 36-30, just under 2 minutes to go in the half. First half, that is. Benyon will inbound for Jamestown to Cordes. Will lob on a high post for Jimmie Linus. 1:55 left. Jamestown up 7 with the basketball over Dakota State. Benyon left of the lane. In a double team, brings it out to Linus. Right wing Cordes. Ball fake. Three's coming. Short off the right rim. Rebound. Pankin, I should say 68-64, pardon me. Dakota State is within 4. Pankin straight away to make it a 1-point game. It's off the rim. And Linus lets it go out of bounds. It'll belong to Jamestown with 93 seconds to go in regulation. This will let Dakota State set their press up. Heckner will inbound from the baseline, and knocking it away nearly is Beckwith. It came into the hand briefly of Mitchell, and then it's out of bounds to Jamestown. Oh, he couldn't quite hang on. Dakota State nearly had a steal as they turn the pressure up on the inbound. And will again with 1:28 remaining. Benyon. This bounces into Cordes, and he speeds down the left alley to Walters into the front court. Good job there by the Jimmies to make it past that pressure. 1:20 to go. 4-point Jamestown leading with the basketball. Linus for Owen Heckner up top. Owen working on Calvin Payne. Bounce to Anthony Walters. 7 to shoot. 6-5. Walters into the lane in some trouble. To Benyon. Bunt. Puts one up. Hit it! He got knocked down, and he hit a three. 71-64 Jamestown, 55 seconds left. 3 to answer, left wing, off the rim by Beckwith. Rebound Anthony Walters. Maybe the biggest three ever for Benyon. Down floor to Walters. Linus got knocked down by Sumption with 45.2 left. Jimmie will have 2 free throws because that's the 10th team foul. Walters would have jammed it, but the whistle blew. 19 for Benyon, maybe the biggest three he's ever hit. As he was falling to the floor, and he probably got fouled, but they didn't call it. But the Jimmies aren't giving back the 3 points now. Teets, Jensen, and Lucas Morgan all return for Dakota State. 45.2 left. The Jimmies are in pretty good shape, but both of these free throws would help by Linus. He's 4 of 4 in the half. The Jimmies are 12 of 13 in the half. First of 2. Short. But it is a 2-possession Jamestown lead. 71-64 on the Gunner Real Sports scoreboard. 45.2 left. He'll have another. That rimmed down. Rebound Morgan. The door slightly open for Dakota State. And Darren Tighe will call his last timeout with 41 seconds left in regulation. Hillerud Construction timeout. Jamestown 71, Dakota State 64. Jamestown's in the double bonus, and the next Jamestown common foul would put Dakota State in the double bonus. That's Dakota State's last timeout. Jamestown still with 2 left, but they don't want to be worried about those. And again, the possession arrow, as it has for a long while, points to Jamestown. The Jimmie women already in Tuesday's North Star Championship game, and it appears that they're going to go to Madison, South Dakota, because Dakota State is leading VCSU 64-56 in the last seconds. So it appears that the Jimmie women will go to Madison on Tuesday night. What about the other men's semifinal? It's tied at halftime. VCSU and Dickinson State at Scott Gym. They're even at 39. Koziak Booley, by the way, had a 16-point first half for Dickinson State. Olang, Muhammad Krieger, each with 8 for VCSU. It'll be an inbound for Dakota State, just to the right of their bench by Tane Mitchell with 41 seconds left. Jamestown 71, Dakota State 64. It is toward the rim, off the rim, in fact. He wanted to find Beckwith. It's picked up by Walters, comes down to Benyon. He's fouled by Mitchell with 38.1 to go. Benyon with 15 and a half, 19 in the game. 4 out of 5 at this half at the line. He has 2. The first rolled out. But again, the Jimmies have the luxury, at least for now, of a 2-possession lead. 71-64 over Dakota State, 38.1 left. They'll have to reset that shot clock. It's at 28. It's good. Shot clock's now reset. 38.1 left. 72-64 Jamestown. Teat skips down floor. They got to hurry. A drive by Mitchell in the lane. It's off the rim again, but Mitchell stole the rebound from Linus. Out to Teets. 25 left. A 3 by Lane. Too long. Rebound Jensen, and a foul as he moved it back inside. Big offensive board by Jensen to keep DSU's faint hopes alive. Draws a holding foul on Owen Heckner, I believe, is what was signaled. Yeah, his second, but that's team foul number 10. So it's 2 shots for Jensen. 1 for 2 today. This one's good. 72-65 for Jamestown. Sumption back in to play defense. Teets out for Dakota State. 21.7 left. 1 more for Jensen. Missed it, but the rebound is brought in by Beckwith, and he's fouled. Oh, at that point, you got to let him have it. Just let him have the bucket. Another foul on Heckner is his 3rd. Well, he wants to make him earn into the line, I guess. Beckwith will have 2, 20.6 left. 72-65 Jamestown. First, good. It's now a 2-possession game. 12 for Beckwith. Payne in for Jensen. Again, a defense for offense substitution. 72-66 Jamestown. 20.6 left. Beckwith has another. Good again. 72-67. Now the Jimmies have to mind what they're doing, and Benyon is given a flying foul here by Sumption, who landed behind the scorer's table. He's all right. Foul number 2, and 2 free throws for Benyon with 19.1 left. If the Jimmies keep making them, they're home free to play Tuesday night, but it's got to happen now. And Benyon is 5 of 7 in this half. First of 2. Good. His 20th point. Sumption out and Teets back in. 73-67 Jamestown. Now the big one to make it a 3-possession lead again for the orange and black. Benyon, 1 dribble, a spin, on the way. On the board. 21 for Silas. 74-67 Jamestown, 17 seconds left. Teach for Dakota State. What a game team this is. All the way to the rim. He scores. 13 for him, 12.1 left. 74-69 as a pass is knocked out of bounds by Dakota State. 9.6 to go. Jimmies know they just have to get it in, and Casey Bruggen wants to talk to his team about this now with 9.6 to play. Again, it's down to a 2-possession lead. This Hillary Construction timeout. Again, the Jimmies just have to make sure. Don't have it stolen. Get the ball down the floor. Be fouled. Make the free throws. And they'll be relatively assured of playing again on Tuesday night. It is over in Madison. Dakota State in the women's semifinal has beaten VCSU 64-56. So the Trojans will host Jamestown in Madison on Tuesday night. We will have that game for you on the air. We'll tell you about our coverage plans for Tuesday as we move along today. The Jimmie men are 9.6 seconds from playing Tuesday night as well. Either at Dickinson State or, would you believe, possibly here against VCSU. Those are the possibilities, with VCSU and Dickinson State tied at the half at 39. Heckner will inbound. DSU not pressuring the inbounder. Playing 5-on-4. It's into Benyon. He's fouled by Teets. 8.4 left. Second on Lane. Two more here would make the outlook even brighter for Jamestown. Benyon has been there a lot in this half. 7 of 9. 18 points in this second half, 22 in the game. That three he hit, maybe the biggest so far in his career he's ever hit. That fall away three when he got knocked to the floor. Free throw. Good. 75-69. Again, the big one here to make it a two-possession lead. 8.4 left. A spin in one dribble and another spin, and it's coming. And it's good. 24 for Silas, 76-69. Dakota State with it, Pankinen. Jimmie's up 7. Pankinen's jumper is no good. Benyon in for the rebound with 3 seconds left. Finds Portis. Put it in the record book, baby, and ring that victory bell. The Jimmies are headed to the North Star Athletic Association Men's Championship game. Silas Benyon's enormous second half led the way.
But we found our flow just enough in the second half. We got stops, and we got just enough baskets to win.
Picks up a semifinal win today over Dakota State. What a game this was, 76-69, and what a day for Cy Benyon. Casey went over his stat line, 24.7 of 18 shooting, 9 of 11 at the line, and all of those in the second half. The Jimmies did the job of the line today. Double for Linus, as we say. Jimmie had 10 points and 10 rebounds. His 17th double-double as a Jimmie, his 9th this year. But, can't forget about Anthony Walters, too. More big buckets for Ant off the bench. 16, 2 3, 7 of 15, 4 rebounds. Owen Heckner, 9. He had 6 boards, 6 for Cole Glasgow, and 7 assists also for Cole today. And Glasgow showing that he's a playmaker. That's his career high in assists. He's shown that before, of course. 3 for Spencer Barr, 2 for Carson Woodford. Dakota State, and hey, I'll echo Casey Brueggemann's respect about that DSU team. You know they're going to be awfully good in that frontier the next couple of years. They had 4 in double figures, 13 for Tyler Beckwith, 13 for Lane Teets, 12 for Tane Mitchell, 12 for Aiden Jensen. Beckwith had 9 boards, Mitchell with 6, Braden Pankinen 6.6 rebounds, 7 off the bench for Kobe Doenbeck, 6 for Lucas Morgan. Well, that sets up Tuesday night. Both Jimmie teams we now know will play on Tuesday. Jimmie women, winners at Mayville State today, 85-67. They will go to Madison, South Dakota on Tuesday evening to play Dakota State for the North Star Women's Championship. And the Jimmie men, again, they know they're playing, but they don't know where yet. Dickinson State, by the way, about 2.5 minutes into the half, now leads VCSU in Dickinson at Scott Gym, 46-42. Into the second half, that game is now. So if Dickinson State wins, the Jimmies would go to Scott Gym on Tuesday, and we'd be on the air here on 107.1 at 7:30. But if it's here, it'd be VCSU and we'd be on the air at 6:30. And doesn't matter a whole lot to as to what would happen. It's going to be quite a night on Tuesday night. So that is what's ahead. But again, we have more basketball coming up. We'll take a little bit of a break from it because goodness knows I need it. And we'll rejoin you again around 3:45 from the Jamestown Civic Center for both of the Jamestown Blue Jays AA West Region play-in games today, with the Minot North girls and the St. Mary's boys as the the Blue Jays trying to advance to the quarterfinal round on Thursday in Bismarck. And again, we'll have live and archive video of that game too, and you can find the link at newsdakota.com. So that's in just a little while, with our great thanks as always to everyone here at the University of Jamestown. Could be our last time in this building this year, but maybe not. We'll keep you updated, of course, during Blue Jay basketball. I'm David Burrell. A breathless time of game, a wonderful game. Jamestown takes it in the men's semifinal. Final score one more time on the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard. Jamestown 76, Dakota State 69. Thanks for being with us. And so long for just a while. This is the voice of the Jimmies.
Jamestown Jimmie's basketball has been brought to you by Dakota Central, Hugo's Family Marketplace, Hillerud Construction, SMP Health Ave Maria, Gun and Reel Sports, Essentia Health, Jamestown Country Club, Originals, Jamestown Parks and Recreation, Johnny B's Brickhouse, Buffalo City Diesel, RM Stout, and Pit Stop Express Lube. The preceding has been a presentation of the voice of the Jimmies, Jamestown 107.1.
Songs to help you relax and feel good.
Variety.
Variety without the hard stuff. Jamestown 107.1.